Mine was more for scream therapy, but also, I mean, what a...
I was wondering.
what a walk-off. Well, not a walk-off, idiot. What a clutch home run from Gavin Sheets last night. Yeah, I really needed to just get it out this morning. I am as pissy as I have been in months. The Padres win notwithstanding. I'm just in a foul mood. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Thursday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer, making husbands around the world look bad. Is Paul Reindl. Did you see what he did for his wife? Saw it on Instagram. I went, this effing kid. Damn it. Went and organized her entire closet, put up lights in there, decorated it. Looks incredible. Looks like an incredible job. She's like, oh, my God, look what this man did for me. I'm like, hey, let's keep this ass off of social media, all right? Making all of us look, well, like crap. But happy for you guys.
I think the amazing part is that she appreciated it, because I feel like if I did it or you did it, we'd get in trouble for some reason.
No, you
like,
did it wrong. I didn't ask for this.
I didn't
ask for this.
No, where was all my stuff? This is not where this.
No, this sucks.
I had a system.
Yeah,
I knew where everything was. Yeah. Now I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
I was very nervous about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be.
You know, hanging stuff, especially, drilling or hammering something into the wall, and you're just like, great. Oh, I really hope she likes where this placement of this frame is.
Yeah, I get the great. Now, guess who's going to have to fill those holes when we move?
Mm-hmm.
Not you. I can promise you that. Yeah, bro. So, I mean, sometimes you got to take a risk and roll the dice, and Paulie did, and he did great. He did great. It looked incredible. It looked like a damn hookah lounge in there. You could go in there and chill. It's beautiful.
She never really fully settled the closet up, like set everything up, organized it well. She got everything in place and never really finished the job.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about it I don't know, within the last week, and she's like, hey, I would really love to work on my closet, get it ready, get it the way we want it. And I'm like, okay, sure. She happened to be gone all day yesterday. She was at the office, and I just thought, you know what?
Nice surprise.
Let's knock this out this afternoon. I didn't really have a whole lot going on until the Padres game, so I knocked it all out. She came home, didn't say a word. She walked into her closet, and I heard a scream from the other room.
That's perfect. Yeah. Now, did she return the favor, so to speak?
Well,
she did organize your closet.
She showed me her boobs, which
is
always a
works.
win.
That's fine.
Yeah.
She just walks out and thank you
actually,
so much. Thank you.
Pretty much, actually.
Thank you so much. You're like, all right, that's mission accomplished. That's all I did. It's crazy how little we actually need to get by, Paulie. But great work. Great work. An example for all of us out there. Benjamin Higgins, your friendly neighborhood news anchor. You're very tired. Anchoring is kicking your ass this week a little bit.
I'm done now. Back to sports the next couple of days. Yeah, it's surprisingly stressful trying to figure out whether the president of China pronounces his name she or G.
Why did you just roll your R's?
She or G.
Very difficult.
She or G. She or she. I don't know. There's a lot of discussion about it.
Really?
Trying to get it right.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. You want to
pronunciations, foreign leaders, things like that.
You want to be accurate.
I do.
I mean, I think say Bradley Rodriguez from time to time, and I know it makes you sound dumb.
I settled on Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping. Okay,
That's what I ended up settling on to try to make it sound right, like I knew what I was talking about.
Well, the good thing is, if you get it wrong, certainly nobody will red pen you to death on social media or you work on the news, writing letters to your station. I can't believe this. I mean, it happens, from time to time, and you do feel like a buffoon when you mispronounce somebody's name, or like. You know how I always put the first name with a different last name? I do that all the time. Victor, I always say Victor Martinez was our old hitting coach.
Victor
Rodriguez was, but Victor Martinez was also a player in baseball. So I do that all the time. And I always feel like a big idiot when I do it. So it's good to be here this morning. Yeah, I'm just in a foul mood.
You came in and railed on about 7 different topics in 45 minutes before the show started.
His worst husband, worst parent.
I want to know.
Coach.
Did I do a good job of just listening and not trying to fix it? I was really thinking about how to
letting
approach
me vent
and letting you vent without seeming like I didn't care, but also not chiming in too much. I was mostly thinking about myself while you were venting, just to make sure my reaction was appropriate.
I mean, I'm still mad about the shirt. That's part of it too. I looked at it this morning. I went, "Oh, cool, man." If I ever need something to cover my car in a hailstorm, I now have it. Thanks. I can put it over my entire car in case it starts to hail. I now have a car cover from the T-shirt that you bought me.
I love my shirt, Ben.
I bet you do.
It fits great.
My sundress.
I just once again wanted to say thank you. That was very thoughtful of you. I appreciate it. I'm sure it cost you a few bucks.
I'm going to wear it to work with just my underwear and the shirt.
There's nothing cuter than a girl who wears that look with the long T-shirt and just the underwear. Why don't you try it?
I'm going to do it to work. I'm going to wear it to work. Oh, this is my abandoned dude's old dead tree sundress that I got at Hot Topic. No, it's just been a lot, man. Life is overwhelming sometimes. And that's the mood that I'm in. I'm beefing with both of my kids and my wife and myself and everybody else. So it's just one of those days. I think, I told you guys too, I think the human emotion, is it an emotion? No, it's the feeling of feeling unappreciated is probably the thing that gets to me the most. I can take a lot. I really can. But I think when I feel unappreciated is that's when like I start to go into the death spiral. And that's how I feel right now. So I'm
Do you want to elaborate?
Not really. I just feel unappreciated, and it bums me out. And I've been banging heads with my oldest son for weeks now, just banging heads. And I'm like, cool, he's 8. Sure, it'll be better when he's 15, 16, headstrong, just like his dad, dude. And it's hard. You look across and you see sometimes the worst versions of yourself. And, it's a hard thing to navigate. So
it's not your fault.
Yeah, thank you.
With me, all right? Don't Sean, not you.
Paulie, you couldn't possibly have more therapists on the payroll at our house either. You couldn't possibly. It definitely.
Not to contradict Sean, but maybe this is your fault.
It might be.
It's your fault.
It's your fault.
I know.
Woods.
I know it is.
It's your fault.
I know.
No, it's your fault,
no,
Woods.
I know. And then lay in bed at night knowing that. So yeah, man.
So you want to feel appreciated.
Yeah.
But you can't control that.
Correct.
That's what other people feel.
Correct.
So you're allowing what other people's reaction, which you don't even know what their true feelings are. You're only judging them by what they're saying and how they're feeling. Maybe they're having a bad day. You just have to be confident in knowing that you're doing the right thing as a parent. It's not always going to be noticed and recognized, but you have to satisfy yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
That you're doing a good job without necessarily always getting that appreciation or recognition, because we're not always going to get it.
Yeah. And
it's your fault.
It's again.
It's your fault.
Thank you.
It's your fault.
It's your fault.
That changes the entire tenor of the movie.
The whole thing.
He's like, yeah, no, what?
It's your fault.
It is, yeah. No. Really?
It's your fault.
Oh, because he used to beat me with a wrench.
Yeah, well.
It's your fault.
Oh, all right.
It's your fault. Worst therapist ever.
Literally.
You just go in there and bare your soul, all your trauma, and he goes,
it's your fault.
Your
Have
fault.
you considered that you may be the problem?
Yeah. It's your fault. What? I think, and the funny thing about it is, I think more people should hear, yes, it's your fault. And I think, I actually think we've gone away a little bit from accountability. And I do think that it would be okay if for somebody to say, hey, guess what?
It's your fault.
This is all you. Nobody else did this to you. You did this to you. You
the
idiot.
whole world isn't against you.
Right. Like, okay, maybe make better decisions. And these things wouldn't happen, man. I mean, holy cow. Yeah. So, it's just it's just a time in life where you want to. This is such an important age, right? Of like trying to teach them how to be good people. And when you aren't always a good person, it's not always the easiest thing to do. And I fully admit that, right? I'm not like, I hate to soapbox my kids, and God, Hannah's right. Like I do it. And I once I get started, I don't stop. I don't just say my point. I just hammer them over the head with it. Bam, 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 bam. And I get it. So I'm working on that. But yeah, it's just a rough one, last night. And it makes me wake up not feeling great this morning. But hearing that it's my fault actually helps a little bit, Paulie. So I do appreciate it.
Your fault.
Thank you. That's so genius. It's your fault. That's
the deleted scenes.
That's one of my favorite moments on this show. It's your fault. Yeah, it's your fault. I know it is. You know how I know? Because everybody tells me so. That's how I know it's my fault.
Man, I'm sorry.
No, dude, we had a little league game last night for Taylor rookies, which is the machine pitch, and it was, dude, you guys, if you were outside last night, it was a 6:00 game, by the way, and it was perfect. It was like idyllic. The sun was out. It was beautiful. The sun was setting. It was beautiful. It was just a perfect, cool night. It was great. The boys mashed. We had a really good game. Like for the little kids, there's people making diving plays and making throws and getting outs. It was really special. But I felt bad last night because one of the coaches was listening to the game on his phone. So he was updating me a little bit, and I'm not the guy that's like, don't say anything. Like, I don't care. Like,
wasn't much to update you on.
Right. But every time the update would come, it was like, he just punched out another 3 Padres. I'm like, good God, what's he at now?
Here's
10?
your update. Mizorowski's shoving. The Padres have struck out 12 times.
Right. So I'm like, God. So then it hits to like the 7th or whatever, and I'm like, I'm putting it on my phone. I'm putting it on, and I'll keep it in my pocket. I did not have my AirPods, but I could hear Don and Mud in my phone. Well, again, Field 4 where we are is on
by the freeway.
Yeah. So I had it on in my pocket. I would hear like, and I'm like, I can't hear anything. So I'm coaching first, and I have my phone in my hand, like down the line, and I'm like looking down. Come on, Caden, hit the ball. Attaboy. All right, Bricks, your turn. And I'm looking down at my phone, and I'm like watching the game. And I'm like,
what?
Come on, yeah, attaboy, Taylor. Good hack, buddy. And so I'm watching the game, and then I realize all the parents can see their head coach watching a baseball game on his phone. Also happens to be my job, So I was in this weird, like, do I do it? Do I not? So I I broke the machine down. I threw it in the deal. And as I was walking out, lugging all my coaching stuff, I had the game on, and Sheets hit the bomb. Me, Bo, and Taylor were walking out. Sheets hit the bomb. You heard smatterings from Little League. You heard, like, there were other dads at other fields like, yeah! Like, it was cool. And then I heard the dad that was listening. He's like, "Holy Sheets!" And and so it was a cool moment.
That's a weird thing. So that meant you were streaming the game on your phone, which everybody else was streaming the game on their phones or iPads or whatever. Why is it that you're always on different times of the game? When you hit go live, you could be sitting right next to somebody and they could be 3 pitches before or ahead of you.
Yeah. I mean, some people are on the MLB app. Some people are on their cable apps. And it's true. All being
not mine,
fed.
Cox won't let me unless I'm at my home.
It happens in my own home. I'll have a TV on in my office and a TV on in the living room, both running the same game from the same app.
But if one of them buffered for like 3 seconds, it's then behind and you're not live anymore. It's a real thing. In fact, after the game, I thought this was very funny. So Michael King was interviewed at his locker after the game, and he said he was asked, "Where were you when Gavin Sheets?" Because he was already out of the game. He says, "I was sitting right here, but the TVs in here are on like a 10-second delay." So all I heard was like the crowd going silent, and our dugout down there, I'm hearing yelling, and he goes, I thought it sounded like maybe a single. And then I'm watching, and finally I
10
see it go
seconds
off
later.
the bat, and I go, well, that wasn't a single. That was a 3-run home run. And Lenny has to go crazy, but he's like 10 seconds behind, too, and he's at the game.
It's the weirdest thing, like, if you're watching a game and you get it, like your group chat or something, and you see 5 guys write the F word, and you're like, what? No, what? Oh my God, he just served one up, right? And it's 10 seconds later.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I try to avoid, if I'm watching the game at home or at work, especially in the 9th inning, it's close, there's 2 outs, Padres have a chance, they're down 1, and all of a sudden you get the AJ Cassavell or the Sammy Levitt final score, and it's like, wait, it's not over yet. I'm still watching, but they're at the game, and they tweet it out so quickly that they actually spoil the finish
like
for
the way
them.
the way my phone is set up, my iPhone is like, if I open the MLB app on my phone even once during the game, it will give me live updates on my lock screen, like on the homepage of the phone, and that is always like 3 or 4 pitches ahead. So it can be a 1-1 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning, and if I happen to look down at my phone, I can already see it says, end of inning or something.
Inning,
You're
yeah.
like, well, crap.
Is that a bad look though by me, honestly, to be watching my phone coaching? I feel like it is. I feel like I knew I shouldn't be doing it. But
is it a bad look by me to be watching my phone while I'm anchoring the news?
Would it have been better if you had like one AirPod in one ear and you were just kind of listening?
I totally left them in my car.
But if you had them, would that be better?
If I had them to have one AirPod in and listening to them, I think it's a bad look. I do, because I'm literally at first.
I don't think it's a good look to have an AirPod in while coaching either.
Yeah, but I'm looking. I'm like holding my phone, looking down at my phone. Now again, this is rookie ball. It's everybody hits. Like it's a little bit more lax than like a minor B game, which they're kid pitch, and there's kind of I guess.
Are you getting paid to do this coaching?
No, I'm
then
not.
I think you're okay.
I'm not. It actually cost me a lot of money to do it. So
you're volunteering your time. If you have to split your time a little bit because of your job, I think you're okay with.
And I am a good multitasker. I'm a really good multitasker. Gary says they're only that age once. Yeah, Gary, lucky for me, I've gotten to coach 85 games this year. So I don't feel like I've missed a ton. But that game in particular last night, knowing where it was trending, obviously not having a crystal ball to know Gavin Sheets is going to hit a bomb, but wanting to be, after missing the night before for coaching, I missed the game. I had to watch the condensed version. I was like, I'd like to be involved in this because, it's my job to talk about it tomorrow. So I want to catch as much of this as I can.
We want to be able to offer you a unique and hopefully insightful perspective on the game.
Yeah,
and that usually requires us watching the game to a large extent.
Yeah, the kids probably didn't care. It's the parents, I think. I think the parents might have been like, what's he doing? He's distracted on his phone. It's a bad look. I just...
Are you worried that one of the parents is going to try to have you ousted because of your distracted ability? I think you're probably okay. Maybe. Do you see a lot of people volunteering, lining up to do what you've been doing and coach all the games? Then you're probably fine.
No, I just wanted to... And I'm glad, actually, that I did, because I got to... Well, it was...
Now,
the game
this
was
job,
over.
they have a lot of people who said, hey, you know what? If he doesn't want us the game, I'll watch it, and I'll do the Ben and Wood show in the morning.
Exactly.
So that you have people who would probably line up to sit in that chair.
Would you guys get mad if I just watched Goodwill Hunting in here this morning while we do the radio show? Because is that a bad look?
No,
if I'm in here watching...
You can multitask. You can multitask.
It's your fault.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. I needed some of that levity. This microphone and this audience always... makes me feel better. It's the thing that, when I'm done with this gig forever, that's what I'll miss. The ability to come in here and vent a little bit and laugh. That's my favorite part of this job, is what just happened right there. Laughing at my misfortunes and making fun of it and having some funny sound clips. So I really, really appreciate that.
Well, I feel like everybody would like to hear all the calls.
All of it.
Paulie has compiled them. We will go through it in our Padres Wrap-Up of an unexpected, again, come from behind, again. 9th inning, 2 out, again.
I can't believe it, man. I can't wrap my head around what this team is doing right now.
Steal victory from the clutches of defeat again, San Diego Padres.
Somebody said on Twitter, they're the best, worst team in the world. Like, they're a bad baseball team that's in first place and is amazing. Like, amazing. They're an amazing team.
How can a team that isn't just average, like is not good for 7 to 8 ninths of a game, and yet they're a good team.
They're a great team.
Have a great record.
How do you
a good record?
How do you look at this team and go, these guys suck? When you look at their record, at this level.
That's why baseball's a stupid sport.
so
you
dumb.
can play terribly for 88% of the game
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah,
and have
and
one good inning.
3 good ABs, and the next thing you know, you win the game. And it's just they're the best bad team in baseball.
Amazing.
And it's not even close.
I loved that game so
I
much
did
last
too.
night.
It was electric.
That's, the definition of stealing a win.
Yeah, but we keep saying they can't sustain this, and then they keep sustaining it. One day maybe they'll actually get hot, but hasn't happened yet. I'll take the victories as they come. We will talk about it after our first quick timeout. We'll also set the menu for the Throwback Thursday edition of Ben and Woods. We got guests, should have a good one, and we are leading up to early Padres baseball. As Sam Levitt likes to say, Padres and pancakes.
Padres and pancakes.
Coming up this morning at 9:40 pregame show, and then 10:40 first pitch in the rubber game of the 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. All coming up, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, if you've got retirement on your mind, and you probably should, even if you're in your 30s or 40s. I hit 50, and I really was not ready with a plan. So I contacted Trajan Wealth, TRAJAN Wealth.com, went through my plan. I feel so much better about where I stand right now. After talking with David, who got me set up here in San Diego with local offices, Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar, they will take a good hard look at where you are, where you want to be in retirement, and make sure your plan is right for you here in San Diego, taking into account things like inflation, healthcare costs. You don't want to run out of money, but you also want to spend what you've been saving in the right way. They can help you with all of that with their strategies. They're fiduciaries, so they are responsible to make the best decisions for you financially. If you'd like to get started, you can give them a call, 1-855-TRAJAN1, 1-855-TRA-JAN1, or it starts online very simply at TRAJANwealth.com, TRAJANwealth.com. Feel better about where I am. You can feel better about where you are financially as well. Thanks to Trajan Wealth. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax, actual client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's going to hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee hurts.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
Men and What's brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We're just moments away from our Padres Wrap-Up. Not a lot of actual highlights
No.
from the game.
Unless you like strikeouts, buddy.
Fairly quick wrap-up, actually.
But then we can go through all the calls from the TV, radio, Spanish language. Did we have the Milwaukee Brewers call?
I do.
We do have the Milwaukee Brewers side of things as well.
No, I was just saying, like, the other day, I think you were gone, Benny, but I have folders every season, 2026 Padres, 2025 Padres, and I just save a lot of the moments. Some seasons, the folders are, bigger than others. The 2026 season is already, I think, bigger than the 2025 season.
It's crazy.
It's May 14th.
Yeah. I mean, it's been, guys, if you look back, it's been quite a run.
Like, we don't do all the calls for every final out or every victory. It has to be like walk off or massive moment, and we've done it like 7 times already this season.
It's crazy.
Go ahead 3-run home runs in the 9th inning are quite rare.
Yes.
You get 2 or 3 of them in a career.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. No one has ever had 3 go-ahead 3-run home runs in a season. Until now. Gavin Sheets has 3 of them. It is May 14th, and he's already had 3 of them in the 9th inning.
If he doesn't hit another one, it's still an incredible feat. If he does not do it one more
and
time,
he's got 4.5 months.
no one's going to be like, the hell happened to this guy? I mean, like you said, a career may not have that. And this dude has had him it's been 6 weeks or whatever.
Holy shit!
Crazy. So thank you, Gavin Sheets.
But it's also not like Gavin Sheets is having the best season of anyone.
Correct.
like the rest of the Padres,
scuffling,
kind of scuffling offensively. But when he has been given those rare opportunities, and even the opportunity to do that is fairly rare. You have to be down by 1 or 2 runs.
Yep.
You have to come up in the 9th inning with 2 runners on base. That doesn't happen very often, and he has delivered now 3 times already this season for the San Diego Padres. It's nuts. We will talk about the game and the 9th inning in just a moment.
How about this quickly? And I'm assuming this is accurate, but Padres 9th inning batting stats with 2 outs. Okay? 9th inning, 2 outs. Batting average, 348, first overall. 3 home runs, tied for first. 13 RBI, first. OPS, 1,052. WRC plus, 199, first. The OPS is also first. Best team in baseball in the 9th inning with 2 outs.
So that also means for the first 26 outs of the game, they're one of the worst offensive teams in baseball.
Crazy.
And then for the 27th out, they become the best offensive team in baseball.
It's the weirdest voodoo magic that I've ever seen. And you see teams sometimes where you're like, oh my God, you have the Lord on your side, or somebody is on your side. This has been bananas to see. And there's a lot of guys that get some credit for last night's win, and we can talk about that after the wrap-up.
Wasn't the only big win last night. Switched over after baseball was over and caught a lot of the soccer at Snapdragon Stadium. We'll talk about SDFC's 5-0 win over Austin last night, coming up in our 7 o'clock hour. They needed that one badly.
What a release for those guys, dude.
It's been over 2 months since their last MLS win, and they got one in a big way last night at home.
You hadn't even taken one golf trip.
Right.
The last time they won a game, you had not
close.
taken one. You have taken 2 since.
Yeah, and now they're back in the win column. We'll talk about that at 7:20. Don't do this. Had a fan who fell into a bullpen last night.
Man, that's scary.
Not a good situation. 7:35. We will Throwback Thursday. Paulie's got some clips for us of past fun we've had on the Ben and Wood Show. And then we'll start with our guests in our 8 o'clock hour after we play a little Real or Fake at 8:20. Eno Sarris with The Athletic will join us for some smart baseball. Sammy Levitt, in-season Sammy, will be in studio as he gets ready for the Eco Water SoCal pregame show. So he's going to check in at 9 o'clock. We may try to sneak in some Reindl Report headlines early if we can. But as I mentioned, a little bit of a short show as we lead into Padres pregame at 9:40 as the Padres and Brewers battle one last time with Griffin Canning on the mound against Kyle Harrison later this morning.
You guys know the story of Pavlov's dogs, right? You know, the ring the bell and
they start drooling because they're trained to know that they're about to get fed.
Yep. That's usually what I feel on Thursday with the wings coming.
No epic Padres roundtable.
No epic Padres roundtable, which means no epic wings. And so now it's Thursday.
Go get your own.
9 o'clock, I'll be salivating for them. They're so good. Do you know that after every roundtable, so I eat a few on the roundtable. Almost every Thursday night, my wife makes us order those wings because we talk about them. She's like, I really want them. and I never bring them home, and I should.
Well, now you're definitely going to have to order them tonight.
Now we have to order them tonight. I guess it's an epic wings night.
Unless we want to go after the show for lunch.
Yeah, maybe. I have
get
plans.
some wings.
I have plans.
Some plans. Okay.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Leave me alone.
We've got plans. It involves a Padres wrap-up. We will get to the highlights, the brief highlights, and the spectacular finish coming up right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Still a decent ride this morning through Chula Vista, National City, into and through San Diego, northbound on the 805 and northbound on the 5.
This report is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer driving season's almost here. Stop by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll check your tires, lights, and essential fluids with any oil change. Stay in your car. No appointment needed. Visit SoCal Oil Change for coupons. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You hear what I'm saying? It's like better than losing. Are you ready?
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
I liked last night's game.
It's time for the
Padres Wrap-Up
with Ben and Woods.
You guys are the voice of San Diego.
Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open. Day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
And a hard hit one-hopper. Diving stop by France at first, away from the line. Again, he beats Michael King. And now 2 down in the second inning. How about that Gold Glove over at first base? 0-1 the pitch. Terang swings, gets a slow grounder to the right side. France has it, goes to second one. That's all they'll get. Frelick comes home to score, and the Brewers have the first run of the night. It's 1-0. The 0-1 pitch. Sheets swings, sends it in the air, deep to right center field. Frelick is back. He's at the wall. This one gonna go. Gavin Sheets gets it done. A 3-run go-ahead homer here in the top of the 9th inning. Sheets pumps his fist as he hits third, and the Padres have done it again. 1-2 on Churio. Miller set and ready. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. A night that began with Mizorowski throwing fastballs, ends with a Mason Miller slider, and Gavin Sheets go-ahead homer with 2 outs in the 9th is the difference as the Padres break some hearts here in Milwaukee with a 3-1 comeback win.
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to make the scoreboard say 9 all the time. Just incredible job by these guys. They never give up. They can, look like they're just struggling all game long, and then all of a sudden, lock it in when we need to. Just good at bats, there in the 9th, even the first couple outs. Got one Sheets liked and took it out of the ballpark.
Figure out a way to make the scoreboard say 9.
9.
Like the 9th inning. 9. 2 outs, 9th inning. All right, guys. Now you get to play baseball.
I'm reminded of Nick Castellanos' audio that when Sammy got him after his dramatic walk-off Mother's Day miracle, not walk-off again, but his Mother's Day miracle.
That forced extra innings.
Extra innings tied the game. When he said, chemistry can't be underrated, and then he said the thing where we're not thinking about tomorrow, right? We're just thinking about the game at hand, the moment that we're still in. No one's getting their helmet ready and putting their batting gloves away. Everyone is focused on let's play 27
this
outs.
This
game's not over.
Yeah.
And what a message, man. What a message. What an identity, right, to have for your team. And again, we all know the word sustainable is going to be thrown around a lot in newsletters and on radio shows. We know that. Like I know that it's not sustainable. It's not. No one can live this way. If it happens, Ben, it will be talked about for decades and decades as the greatest baseball team to ever live. I know it's not sustainable, but my God, is it fun? Is it fun to have that feeling? These guys aren't out of it, man. They're hanging around. They're keeping it close. It's just an incredible thing to see night in and night out. You don't feel like they're ever out of a ball game, and they can look like absolute trash at times.
And in most games, that is a problem. And we've talked about that. Lack of early offense, lack of getting to starting pitching. Yesterday's game was different.
Yeah.
They were going up against a true freak.
A freak.
In Jacob Mizorowski. And we talked about it. We said the formula to win last night's game probably looks like Michael King dueling with Mizorowski, keeping it close, 1-run game. Hopefully you get one, but even if you don't, 0-0, 1-0, get to the last couple of innings and give yourself a chance to maybe score a couple of runs against their bullpen. That was always the formula to win yesterday's game. The Padres actually, when you compare how they did against Jacob Mizorowski and how the previous 2 teams did against him, they got 4 hits. They did better than actually some of the other teams did. None of them were particularly solid. They never really threatened significantly to score against Jacob Mizorowski, but the guy is nuts. He was still throwing 103 in the 7th inning.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about Mason Miller hitting that velocity as a reliever and how incredible that is. To still be throwing that 80 to 90 pitches into your outing is truly unheard of in Major League Baseball history. He has some sort of like bionic arm that he is using with the extension that makes it look even faster than it already is, which is incredibly fast. There's not a lot of teams when Jacob Mizorowski is on and throwing strikes that are going to score more than a run or so against that guy.
I love what our buddy Corey posted on Blue Sky last night. He said, getting to watch Jacob Mizorowski and Mason Miller pitch in the same game is so rad.
Yeah.
And like, just, furthermore, like 7 strong innings from a guy like Mizorowski. Like Michael King pitched well.
Very well.
Mizorowski just pitched even better.
Yep.
And to be able to watch 7 innings of that, even at our, my favorite team's expense and still get to see Mason Miller pitch in a Padres win is pretty awesome.
Pretty much how you draw it up. There's nothing to dislike about Jacob Mizorowski. Nothing. I mean, he has the attitude. Looks kind of like a big nerd out there, just happens to throw 103 miles an hour, and his slider is 97 miles an hour.
Disgusting.
And then it's really never bothered me when a pitcher shows emotion, because a lot of hitters show emotion. I think it's cool. I love how he does that. I love how he gets fired up after a huge K. He seems like such a great kid, a great affable dude that just happens to be a complete total freak of nature. He's not big and strong, he's just tall and skinny, and he just whips it in there. And there's nothing to dislike about that kid, man. Fun watching him carve up our guys. I mean, it's fun watching him pitch. And but again, they hung around, man. They hung around and hung around and hung around. And you got to give all the credit in the world to Miggy Andujar and Xander Bogaerts last night. I mean, Gavin's swing obviously was the game changer, but Miggy just throwing his bat out, getting a knock. Xander working his ass off to get that walk. Excuse me. And then, of course, Gavin Sheets with the huge swing.
Before that, though, Michael King gets a lot of credit to keep it a close game. I know he gave up the 1 run. The Milwaukee Brewers are, again, not world beaters in terms of scary guys in the lineup, but they are a pesky team. And King talked about that after the game. They make contact. You continually just make some contact. You go the other way, and you're going to sneak out a run or two, and oftentimes that's going to be enough. And the way they scored their run, got out of the jam in the second inning, loaded the bases with 2 outs, but struck out Ortiz to leave the bases loaded. But then in the bottom of the 5th, wasn't much of a rally. Sal Frelick single, the Ortiz bunt single. Then you had the weird Jackson Churio fielder's choice to Manny, where Frelick stops, dances in front of him.
Brilliant.
And, Manny gets the out at second, and then they're kind of in a no man's land to try to get the runner caught up between second and third, and they ended up advancing the runner. Runners at the corners at 1 out. Xander hadn't got there in time. Tatis didn't do the quick turn to first, so you ended up with nothing. And you could say, bad defense by the San Diego Padres.
I mean, they got an out.
They got an out, but in that situation, you need to get 2 somehow.
Sure.
Because otherwise, they can score a run with an out, which is what in that game, that's what you were looking to do, score a run with an out. And they did it on a weak grounder by Terang that they weren't able to turn 2 on the next play because of what Sal Frelick did in getting to third base on that grounder by Jackson Churio.
Sometimes you're going to get them with a real heady baseball IQ play, and sometimes they're going to get you too, and I thought Manny got last night by Sal Frelick, who
Toddy does it all the time.
Oh yeah, he does it all the time. I thought it was a brilliant high IQ baseball play from Sal Frelick, one that every coach should kind of earmark to say, hey, let's run this scenario in practice, right? For any level. Like, it's really smart base running.
What's the right play then for Manny to do in that situation?
So for me, I thought immediately, ball takes him to his left a little bit. Forget Frelick's there. Throw it through him if you have to. But go get 2. Okay. Toddy was standing on second, awaiting the throw to turn 2. Yeah. Who hit the ball, Terang?
No, it was Churio.
Who's pretty quick.
He is. He's the leadoff hitter.
So if I'm Manny and I get that ball,
you can simply wait and get the lead runner.
Correct.
And then they don't have a runner at third. There's only 1 out, but they don't have that runner at third. Frelick has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
You've got him. He's got nowhere. He can't go back. So you can definitely get the out. But if you want to get 2, you're going to have to throw the ball at some point. Because if you just wait, you're not getting 2. And you feel like you want 2 in that situation. Yeah. So Manny threw the ball. Yep. And you weren't then sure. Is Frelick caught between? Because you'd rather get Frelick than Churio if you can.
Sure.
Because then it's a runner at first as opposed to a runner at third. They can't even score on a single in that situation. There's a lot. Think about that. There's a lot going on a simple ground ball with runners at first and second. Many different scenarios at play.
That's why it doesn't matter if you're 5 years old or 35 years old. You're always thinking, what am I doing if the ball is hit to me?
Yep.
And if it's hit to me on this side,
on my
where
right,
am I going?
on my left.
If I'm on this side, where am I going? Like, that's exactly why.
It's the hardest thing to teach. And you know, you do see a lot of people standing around sometimes when you're like, ooh, I shouldn't be standing around. And I think Xander kind of got caught a little bit off guard, probably thinking, well, that's Manny Machado. He's going to roll 2 here, and I'm just stay out of the way. And when he didn't, when he saw Manny bite on the really smart, I mean, you can't even that level of IQ from Frelick is genius.
Because if Frelick does the wrong thing, he may be a triple play.
Yeah.
Quick tag, throw to second, throw to first, and you got a triple play there. So he was smart. It
didn't bother me. Like the fact that they got 1 at least.
Yes.
I was like, all right, double play still an option.
Keeps you
We're
there.
fine. Like let's get out of this. Okay, but the one that gets me is if Manny falls for it. And then somebody's not at second, and they don't even get 1, and everyone's just kind of doing
then you're a dead man.
Now you got bases loaded, nobody out, and you're in big trouble.
Then you're a dead man. But again, I thought sometimes they're going to make plays on you, and they're going to get in your head. We've done it to a million guys. We have guys that have the ability to do that. So it was just one of those weird baseball plays that make the game of baseball so fantastic. And a lot of things had to go right for the Brewers to get that run, and they did. They got it. So.
Meanwhile, the Padres bullpen did its job, keeping it a 1-run deficit with Jeremiah Estrada and Jason Adam coming in and pitching 2 1/3 shutout innings, which set up the top of the 9th inning, where the Padres, make a couple of quick outs. I think Laureano came in and hit a ball hard as a pinch hitter, line drive, but nothing to show for it. So you're down to Andujar, you're down to Bogarts, and then you're down to Sheets. And as we talked about, just great at-bats by all 3 of them.
Yep.
Miguel Andujar not doing too much, just getting that line drive, which, right just over the glove. Totally different conversation. If they go up and Terang makes that catch at second base on the line drive, we're lamenting another lack of offense loss for the San Diego Padres. But because that ball was a few inches higher, you kept the game going, and we're talking about another miraculous win.
Yeah, we're in here lamenting the lack of offense against a guy that throws 103 in the 7th. Okay, I know that we're forced as fans to tip our cap a lot.
Right.
That's one.
I don't mind tipping mine to Jacob Mizorowski. You're not going to be the first to do it, and you're not going to be the last to do it. So
I would hope there's not other radio shows in other towns going, I can't believe they didn't score off Mason Miller in the 9th inning.
I know, right?
It's kind of like what we're talking about with Jacob Mizorowski.
It's exactly what we're talking about. And I saw a lot of the amateur Kevin Longs last night. Like, how are you going to let this guy settle in? I'm like, are you watching? He's settling in because he's effing gross, dude. That's how he settles in. What do you do? Jackson punched out twice, and then the next AB, he's like, I'm going to see a fastball, and I'm going to try to hit it. And you can see why against a guy like that, with a pitch mix that can make you insane, and the velo, the 103 guys, like the guys that come out of the bullpen throwing 97, those guys are nasty. That's 6 miles an hour faster. It is a world of difference, of difference. So, yeah, man. It's tough to get something going off that guy. Now, you're going to run into the best of the best in the playoffs, right? That's the formula for winning in the playoffs as well. Hang around. Don't let that, you prevent runs. You hang around against that guy, scratch out some hits, get his pitch count up as best you can, and then you try to beat the bullpen.
Exactly.
And that's it. So he was nasty. He's nasty.
We heard Jesse's call during the wrap-up. Let's get to the other calls of the Gavin Sheets go-ahead 3-run home run in the 9th. Paulie, what do we got?
We'll start with Don Orsillo, Padres TV.
Sheets hits it in the air to right center field. Frelick going back at the wall. It's gone! 3-run home run. Only Sheets on the road in Milwaukee. With 2 down in the 9th, it's a 3-run home run to put the Padres on top.
Incredible.
Got some mic pops out of Don.
Mic pops.
Little road setup, not always the same as the home setup.
True.
That's okay. Technically, it's a little tougher. All right, Paulie.
Here's what the home broadcast sounded like.
This has got to be tough.
0-1, Sheets drive into right center field. Sal Frelick going back, and it is gone. A 3-run home run for Gavin Sheets. And the Padres snatch the lead down to their last out in the 9th.
6th home run for Sheets. San Diego's been doing this all year.
I believe it, buddy.
They really have.
If you're Abner Uribe too, you got to feel bad.
Oh, very. Yeah. I mean, that's
I mean, your guy threw a great game.
He was even shaky on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
A little shaky, like had to work at least, and then to lose it like that yesterday.
Well, it makes you certainly appreciate what we have coming out of the back end of our bullpen.
No
right?
kidding. No kidding. And then as always, Eddie Ortega.
Great.
He takes the cake. Last night's epic call.
Jugada peliculesca para empatar o para terminar el juego. Vamos a ver. Un strike sin bola. Lanzamiento. Palo entre dos. Central derecho. Allá va el jardinero Freeling. La bola vuela. Se va. Se va. Sí, sí, sí. Holy cheese. Holy cheese. Ra, ra, ra.
Close.
Central derecho. Clareando la frontera en la cerca. Los Padres le dan la vuelta. Swing de 3 carreras.
That was close.
Very close.
That was close. I guess you can say chit.
Chit. Yeah.
Chit.
Yeah. Like a
spend a chit.
One of
my chips.
Yeah.
You could also call a chit.
Yes. That's a legitimate word.
Yes.
Holy sheets!
Yeah.
Every time I hear Don say it, I can't help it.
Getting closer
In my
and stuff.
brain,
Getting closer.
in my brain, I just like to imagine another universe in which Don
He
just slips
Yeah.
and just says, "You know what? Screw it."
Holy
Blank.
Chit.
Because that's what I say in my living room when those moments happen.
Me too.
I don't say holy sheets.
Same.
All right,
Chit.
All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. We'll hear from Eno Sarris and Sammy Levitt a little bit later in the program. But when we come back, Padres not the only big winners yesterday. It finally happened. SDFC back in the win column and in a big way. Talk a little soccer and then some more baseball. We'll give away some Padres tickets coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan. Get back to the Padres talk in a minute, and we will also give away some tickets to the Padres A's game on May 22nd, part of their next homestand, which also starts with 3 against the Los Angeles Dodgers. First 3 meetings of the season coming up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I believe, at Petco Park.
Right.
You can still get your tickets, padres.com/tickets. Showdown for first place early in the season in the NL West.
Crazy. Just
Dodgers
like we all drew it up.
Did end their 4-game losing streak last night.
Shohei was nasty.
With a 4-0 win over the San Francisco Giants. Shohei Ohtani has lowered his ERA to 0.82 this season.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. He's not having the best season offensively.
No.
Still fine. I mean, he's still an elite offensive player. He's not like doing the incredible Shohei things he was doing.
Yep.
But when you throw in now, you're probably one of the Cy Young candidates in the National League.
Probably.
He's definitely one of the Cy Young candidates in the National League. Got some competition. I mean, Skeens, Mizorowski. There's some really good pitchers in the NL right now. But we will talk some more baseball coming up. But let's get to a little bit of soccer. Must have been a gigantic relief for Mikey Varis and the club last night. Been in the torture chamber with 9 straight non-wins in MLS play, a winless streak. They did draw their last 2 matches, though. Somewhat of a positive trend heading into last night's game at Snapdragon against Austin FC. Austin, not a bad team, but much better at home than they are on the road. And they proved it quite early as SDFC finally looked like we kind of remember them looking. Massively controlling the ball. I think they had 67% around possession in the first half, so had the ball on their feet 2/3 of the time. And when they had opportunities, they quickly cashed in a couple of goals in the first 18 minutes.
Yep. 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0 early makes a world of difference. And yeah, they've had 2-0 leads and not won the game.
Sure.
Had 1-0 leads late and not won the game. But this time it was different as they came out in the second half and didn't play on their heels. They added on. Pedro Soma got the 3rd one. At that point, you felt like it was pretty much over, and it was. I got 2 more late, including one in stoppage time. Second for David Vasquez of the game. Gets the brace, as they call it in soccer, and SDFC ends the winless streak with a flourish, a 5-0 win over Austin FC last night.
Yeah, with another game this week. You know, it's I think when the Padres score like 19 runs in a game, that's been a while, but they score like 19 runs in a game. You're like, hey, buddy, you got a game tomorrow. You need to save some. But for the confidence of SDFC, and I know Austin was really banged up as well, but it doesn't matter. SDFC's been banged up like crazy. Like, nobody's going to feel sorry for you, as Darren Smith already says. And it was a huge, huge victory, one that, like you said, it'll be like when Toddy gets his first home run. Just the collective, like, okay, it's over. Now we can get back on a win streak, hopefully. They got another game this weekend, Benny, and then one more before the break. Important to go out, in a real positive light.
Yeah, still just barely a third of the way through the season. Still have the World Cup break coming up. They can still add, and
they can add people, players,
in the international transfer window coming up this summer.
But it's important to win these. It's important to get these games to find out what you. It's like going into the trade deadline. You're like, yeah, what are we, 12 games out? I don't think I'm going to be trading any of my prospects.
And right now they're tied for 9th in the West, which is tied for 8th, which is tied for the last playoff spot, I think.
Yep.
It's too early to talk about where you need to be in playoff position, but they're by no means out of it.
Nope.
There are a couple of wins. If they can get, at least one win and a draw in these last 2,
solid. Get
to 20 points in the standings going into the World Cup break, I think that puts them in a position then to potentially make a run in the second half, which, remember, that's what they did last year. They weren't perfect in the first half of the season as they were getting their footing. They were an expansion team, getting to know each other, getting to know their new style. Then they got off to such a good start this year. We just felt like, okay, now it's inevitable. Now they know each other. They've had a whole year to work together. They know their style. They're learning to dominate. So we were so surprised when they went through this rough patch. Maybe we shouldn't have been. Maybe we should have known all along every team in any professional sport is going to go through a patch where things are just not going their way. And some of it was their fault. Some of it was a little bad luck. Some red cards, some questionable calls. Some tough travel to, Mexico to, 8,000 feet of altitude in Toluca with midweek games. And, now things even out. They catch Austin when they're, in the middle of a tough travel situation and end up getting the 5-0 win. just kind of worked out that they just got one of those games that they needed to have, and they got it.
Yeah, needed it. Didn't have to pull one out late. Didn't have to withstand a flurry, only leading by a goal, like an absolute laugher, which is that's exactly what you needed is if you're SDFC, such a confidence builder.
Yeah, so. The first two goals especially, the one by Vasquez, Oni Valakari on the assist, kind of slid in there and got it just over the line. And then Dreyer, both of them came on perfectly timed runs. Yep. They looked like they were back in sync. For the last couple of months, they were always like a step off. They were a step slow or a step fast, and they were offsides. And they just weren't, their timing was just a little off, and their connections were just not quite there for a couple of months. And it is funny, as we've watched more SDFC, how many similarities there really is to baseball.
Yeah.
Between soccer and baseball. And I really would have never thought it. But in the way that teams can look so good at times and then all of a sudden look lost at times, and it's really just a hair's difference. Yep. A hair in timing, whether it's trying to hit, square up a pitch or time a run on a pass and connect. And if you're just a little bit off, what could have been a goal, what could have been a home run turns into a pop-up or a ball that just harmlessly goes across the end line out of bounds, and you waste an opportunity to score. A lot of similarities actually between the two sports.
Yeah, there's a lot, and having the ability to close out a game, right? That's a huge one, and that's been a problem for SDFC lately. Not a problem for your San Diego Padres when they have a lead late. You do feel, hey, we're going to get this win today, and again, just a really good confidence boost for the team. They've been working hard. I had a long convo with D. Smith, who we'll have on tomorrow, and he's like, yeah, man, they never really changes out here, right? There's no panic. And I like that too, the right mentality. Good to get those guys a laugher last night. Desperately needed.
So Saturday they will host FC Cincinnati, the exact same record on the other side of the conference in the Eastern Conference. 16 points, 4 wins, 5 losses, 4 draws as SDFC, but you're getting them at home, coming off everyone traveling quickly this week. So hopefully you take advantage and roll some of that momentum into Saturday night, find a way to get another win and build some more momentum going in again to that World Cup break that is coming up in just a couple of weeks here. We're less than a month away from the biggest soccer party in the world every 4 years. How excited, if excited is the right word, are each of you about the World Cup?
More excited this year than I was for the last one.
Okay.
Right? Because I've kind of really enjoyed what I've seen from SDFC, and it's going to be fun to watch the next level up, right? Like the elite of the elite. I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to watch probably more of it than I ever have.
I do feel like I'll have more of an appreciation.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed the World Cup watching the U.S. games.
Sure.
Going like just for the pure like patriotic, go red, white, and blue. Let's pull off an upset. Let's make it to the knockout round. Get up early and go to a bar somewhere because the game's on at 8 a.m. because they're playing in Qatar or Australia or whatever. This one is a little different though, with a little more appreciation of soccer. I think I can watch other games now and feel like I'll enjoy them. They won't be at weird times because, everything's in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So going to be a lot of afternoons and evening games that are at normal times that we can watch them, and San Diego is such a soccer hotbed. I've seen, parties planned. SDFC has parties planned. Bars have viewing parties planned. Yep. I think it's going to be a pretty fun month when this thing gets started here in 4 weeks. And then we have until, well into July where we'll be watching a lot of soccer.
Yep. Edgar says tickets have been a joke. We talked about that, I think, when you were gone. They're insane. Yeah. I mean, they're just
$30,000
for the finals.
For the finals,
it's just nuts.
Had a story last night. I was anchoring the news that Rob Bonta, the Attorney General of California, has launched an investigation into FIFA about people who bought tickets based on the website and where they thought the tickets were, and then they get the tickets and they're not in the same section. They're higher up, and FIFA says, well, the maps were just kind of an estimate, a guide of where you thought your tickets were going to be. And people are going, you didn't draw the map very well, because I thought I was much closer to the middle or lower to the pitch. And now I find I'm more up and in the corner, and I paid a fortune for these tickets. And people are kind of pretty unhappy with the whole situation with FIFA and the World Cup tickets.
It's tough to buy a ticket for any single event these days at all, no matter really what it is. This is a different level, obviously, what they're doing right now, but it is tough to do. Your favorite artist comes to town. I saw a tweet the other day, and she didn't name the band, but she said, artist comes to town, $170 for the VIP package, and then snuck down at the bottom, no artist interaction. So you buy your ticket, then you buy the add-on for $170, and you get a chance to no sound check.
Lanyard.
You get a lanyard, which you could make in your garage. You could make your own lanyard that says VIP for, whoever, the Spin Doctors. I pulled that out of my rear end. No artist interaction. So I'm paying
$170 for the Spin Doctors, by the way, seems a little excessive.
Would it surprise you? Yeah, that one.
Just go ahead now.
So $170 plus your ticket. You get, an opportunity to buy merch early. So more money that I'm going to have to spend.
I love the opportunity to spend more money before other people get the opportunity to spend money.
Bro. And, she's like, I get that the artists need to make money, but like, if you're going to do the VIP package, come out and be like, hey, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. Take a picture with the guys and whoever it is and move on. It's out of control right now. I think, they're going to keep pushing and get away with what we let them get away with. If nobody buys those, they're not going to sell them, or they're going to do a better job. Because I've bought VIP stuff before, but you get to go meet the band and stuff. Like I met Deftones. It was the coolest thing, and it was worth it. I waited in line for like 2 hours, but, I did get that opportunity to buy some merch early, and I did get that lanyard, but I also got to meet the band, say what's up. It was cool.
Should we be selling VIP lanyards for our appearance on Saturday at Park 101?
$170.
It's totally free.
No artist interaction
to go to the restaurant and watch some baseball with us this Saturday. But if we did want to add on and sell some VIP lanyards for people,
we could.
And we'll even let you meet the band here if you want.
No artist interaction.
No artist interaction.
No, that's you want to get
more
money.
We could give them the opportunity to buy merch.
Give you early access to our merch store.
Yeah, which is a website.
It's online.
Yeah,
it's live right now. You can go get anything you want.
Yeah, anything you want.
But we'll make sure you get priority access.
What could we charge? $7 is about as comfortable as I would feel. And I'd probably sit on your lap, actually, if you paid us a $7 VIP thing. How many card packs to get a free VIP package? Oof.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking, though. That's the best.
We can be bought.
I can be totally bought. 100%. Just give me your cards.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, it is time for Don't Do This at a near disaster at a baseball ballpark last night.
So scary.
We can start there. We can also talk about what else is going on in the world of baseball. Before we do that, though, I did promise some tickets, and I've got them to give away right now. If you want to start dialing and be the fourth caller, 833-288-0973. We got tickets to the Padres A's game on May 22nd. You can get your own tickets at padres.com/tickets. He's a pretty good team. Got a grand slam yesterday from Nick Kurtz, and they won again. They're in first place in the American League West.
He's been on base 36 consecutive games. I think.
They're walking him a lot because he's so dangerous, but they had to pitch to him, I think, with the bases loaded yesterday, and he hit the grand slam. And
he started,
pretty good team.
He started so slowly, too, and everyone's like, oh, what a bust. And now he's just
his nickname, he's the one they call Big Amish, right?
Do they?
I
didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's a great nickname, too. Does he look Amish?
I think he's got the beard or something.
Beard with no mustache?
Yeah.
It's a weird look. The kingpin. It's very weird.
All right, we'll come back with Don't Do This next with Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, it is summer, or it's going to be summer here soon in San Diego. It doesn't look like it's still a little cloudy. But once we get through the May gray and June gloom, you're going to want to be out enjoying the sun, the pool, the beaches in San Diego. Take your shirt off. Well, to do that, you're probably going to want to lose some weight. And if you start now with sdfatloss.com, by the time things really heat up in San Diego, you can be down 10 to 20% of your body weight. That's up to a pound of fat per day for 2 months, which means you can lose, 40 to 60 pounds. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days, and I've kept the weight off for 3 years. It's the best program I have ever done. It was based on real foods. I loved that. I loved being able to eat what I liked. Chicken, steak, mostly, some fish, some vegetables that I picked, but they all helped me build my metabolism. and lose the weight and then keep the weight off. That is such the key with SDFatLoss.com. You can set up a free consultation right now, and if you sign up during their spring special, you can get $200 off the program. One-time fee. It's not like the GLP-1 injections, which you have to keep paying for weeks, months, years, or the weight is almost certainly going to come back on. This, you change your own body with no exercise necessary as well. No supplements to buy, no meals to buy, no shakes or bars or mixes. Just real weight loss, doctor developed and coached with support all the way at SDFatLoss.com. Again, it's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Don't forget, coming up in our 8 o'clock hour, we will be joined by Eno Sarris from The Athletic. A little smart baseball. All guests on Ben & Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. First, though, a little don't do this, and we will start in the world of baseball. In Chicago, South Side, White Sox hosting the Royals. White Sox won again last night. By the way, they're up to 500 now.
Crazy.
They would be a playoff team in the American League if the playoffs were to start today, which, again, they do not. But I think you're pretty happy if you're a White Sox fan to see the direction your team has been headed. But the don't do this moment actually came from a fan in the stands in the bottom of the third inning. Chase Mydroth lifted a sacrifice fly, which got the fan who was sitting right on the railing next to the bullpen to his seat, out of his seat, standing.
Yep.
And somehow he ended up falling over the railing all the way down into the bullpen. Nick Mears, Royals reliever, said he was just kind of standing at the edge, and then he kind of went over, and then I just saw him lying there. No one in the infield really realized it for a while, and they kept playing all the way until the top of the fourth when umpires were finally notified. Yeah, we've got kind of a medical situation of a fan who's fallen into the bullpen, and they stopped the game for a while to figure out what was going on. It was a little confusing if you didn't see what was happening out there. The fan was subsequently taken to a local hospital for further treatment. No information right now on the fan's condition or what caused him to tumble over the railing into the bullpen.
Lost his balance, maybe, like going for the ball?
Yeah, I mean, it was a sac fly. It wasn't anywhere near being caught. I think he was
that got him up and
just kind of got up, and I mean, you can guess that there might have been alcohol involved. I don't want to cast any aspersions, but they do provide alcohol at ballparks.
They do,
and
they do.
I always worry about that. Those railings they always seem like they're
low.
Not quite high enough for
They're
everybody.
Like right above my knee, and I feel like one misstep, I'm going over, and I don't want that. Well, speaking of Ben casting aspersions, I pivoted. You don't even know this. I was going to talk about prosecutors seeking jail time for Yasiel Puig. He was involved in a sports betting thing, and he was going to take the plea, and then he changed his mind, went to trial, and prosecutors looking to send him to jail for a while. But I saw this headline, and I said, well, I think I'm going to pivot to that. The headline is Soiled Sheets, Pee and Shampoo. Carl Pavano's ex-wife makes nasty claims in prenup battle. And I thought, yeah, I'll skim this very quickly.
Carl Pavano, for a second this was a Gavin Sheets related story.
No, this is not Gavin Sheets related. But Carl Pavano, you guys remember him, pitched for the Twins, pitched for the Yankees. He got married.
Thought about that guy,
bro. I know, 100% like out of the past. Just pull it out of the blue.
So he got married. They signed a prenup, and then they got divorced. And now she is fighting the prenup and wants to get paid. And so she revealed the police have been to their home during their marriage 9 times. All right, so it was not a match made in heaven. But in her affidavit, she revealed a couple of allegations about him. It's gnarly. Allegations that he allegedly urinated in her shampoo bottles. So we get into the shower, do that, and then would intentionally soil the bed while she slept. He also removed all clean linens from the house, so the plaintiff was unable to have a hygienically clean and safe bed during her parenting time. He allegedly also planted drugs in her belongings in an effort to get the couple's 3 kids taken away from her. I don't know that this is the healthiest for their kids at this point. And she said that she was forced, like under duress, to sign the prenup. And now, so it's in court, and now it's being litigated in the public, like the New York Post, Ben. So yeah, that was an interesting way to dissolve your marriage.
I've heard
basically pranking, but not pranks, like mean, gnarly.
I don't have any experience with it, but I've heard prenups are pretty ironclad for that very purpose. Like,
yes,
no matter what happens, we have this legal document, and it spells out exactly what happens if the marriage is over, to prevent these kind of legal situations and fights and ugliness at the end. Like, there's no reason. You just know this is what happens. But
I would rather,
when feelings get involved,
I would rather
messy.
I would rather just show up and my wife's gone than her urinating in my shampoo.
Yeah.
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 Like, don't prank me. Don't poison me. You can just go.
Let's be adults.
Let's be adults here. And we have children, right?
Yeah.
3 kids involved in this. Yeah. Pretty gnarly. And of course, to have it all play out over in public is just insane.
Finally, a little do this from the NBA.
That was a little do-do.
Oh, yeah.
DD mega do-do.
Good one, Paulie. Good one. This is a fairly simple fix to a problem that has been plaguing the league, especially in recent years. Tanking at the end of the season to try to get a better draft pick, more lottery balls in the lottery, because it's a weighted system. They used to do it where every team got the same odds to win the draft lottery, but then you'd have the team that finished with the 12th worst record having the same odds of improving their team as the worst team, and they felt like, well, that's not great. Then the Spurs end up with David Robinson and then Tim Duncan, and you got a dynasty all of a sudden. So they started weighing the lottery balls, but that became an incentive to just lose as many games as possible to go for top picks, like AJ Dibanza, who's expected to be the first pick of the draft coming up this year. And yesterday, Adam Silver did confirm that the NBA is implementing what they call their 3-2-1 lottery system. It's really simple. It's basically, if you finish with the worst 3 records, you actually have a little less chance of winning the lottery, whereas everybody else, like 4, 5, 6, 7, will have a little more of a chance. So it just means, like, you may be out of it and you may be bad, but if you're really bad, you're still going to be incentivized to try to win some games to get out of the worst 3, which means you shouldn't be just playing your subs and
but
everyone's
what if you're
injured.
Just bad and
If
you're not
just
resting?
That's the counter side to that. If you're just bad, it makes it harder to get better with a good draft pick because you're just bad. Even if you're trying and losing, that's kind of part of the problem for sure. There's just there's no perfect way to fix this.
No, the tanking and it happens in football and you're tanking for the next hot quarterback that's coming out. You're like, I mean, we don't want to win this game, actually.
Yeah, in the NBA, it's just the straight record. There's no lottery even, so you'd think it would be a worse problem, but it doesn't seem to necessarily be as bad in the NFL.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because there's usually only 2 or 3 games at the end of the season that possibly could have those draft implications, whereas for the NBA, it could be like 2 months of teams just tanking relentlessly, like 3 or 4 times a week, which
I think becomes
a real bad look for the league.
I can't remember if Woodsy and I talked about it off the air or on the air, but when you were out, after the draft lottery was announced for the upcoming draft, I think it was the Pacers, like president or GM, went on social media and was like, I'm really sorry, Pacers fans. I'm as bummed as you are that we didn't get a great pick. We really thought this process would work. And it was like,
admitting,
bro, you admitted, like, we thought we would be bad enough to get a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
You kind of just admitted, like, we had no interest in winning games.
Correct. Yeah, you told your fan base, hey, man.
And it didn't work out.
This was a strategy. It didn't work. It was like, hey, man, you don't have to tell. Everybody, by the way, everybody knows what you were doing.
Right.
And you rolled the dice and you didn't, you crapped out, essentially. But you don't have to say it because everybody knew what you were doing.
Couple other additions. No team would be able to win the top pick in consecutive years, even if you're really bad, and no team can win 3 consecutive top 5 picks. So once that happens, you'll be locked down at the top 5.
Yep.
So you can't there's no reason to be the worst team, and there's no reason to be bad year after year after year. It's not going to help you. So they're thinking that it will force or encourage teams to try to keep playing to the end, be a little bit better. Don't trade away as many stars because it's not going to help you anymore.
Yeah, that's great.
So hopefully that's a good solution. We'll see how it works out.
If we know anything about the NBA, they'll keep trying different things until something actually works.
And that is don't and do this for a Thursday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
By the way, rough finish at home for the Detroit Pistons last night. They're up 9 with like 2.5 minutes to go.
Choked it.
Blew the lead. Cavs forced overtime, won it in OT, 117-113. Now have a 3-2 series lead, and we'll head back home for Cleveland for Game 6 with a chance to clinch a spot against the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. So
I
that
didn't
was your
watch
one
any
game
of
last
that,
night.
but I heard it was pretty crazy. And then the hockey was insane last night too, right?
The
Another
Avalanche
comeback.
came back to tie it. They were down 3-1 or 3-0, and they tied it at 3, and then they won it in overtime to clinch the series. And they move on to the Western Conference Finals with a win over the Wild, right?
That series is over?
The Colorado
Okay.
series is over, yeah. All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, Paulie's got a Throwback Thursday clip for us. If you remember, the Red Hot Chili
Pipers.
Wow. Going to make an appearance again on Ben and Woods. We can also go through the rest of baseball and, well, coming up with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
Men Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Second golf major of the year is underway. The PGA Championship first round being played right now at Aronimink Golf Club just outside of Philadelphia, PA. We got a pretty decent leaderboard already. Germany's Steven Jaeger leads at 4 under.
Right.
Bud Cauley second at 3 under. And then you've got Xander Schauffele, Nikolai Højgaard, and Alex Fitzpatrick at 2 under. The brother who has just burst onto the scene, didn't even have a PGA Tour card a month ago, and then he and his brother won the team event in New Orleans, the Zurich Classic. And then he had the lead going into the final round before finishing, I think, 4th in his first PGA Tour event. And now in the major, he is already on the leaderboard after 13 holes at 2 under par. Some big names on the course, including Brooks Koepka and Ricky Fowler, both at 1 under. Rory McIlroy, Masters champion, just underway. He's even through 6 holes this morning.
What's the update with Live Golf? Are they're done, right?
They're not. They're still playing
it out
this year.
Okay. Are some of the Live guys playing in this?
Yeah. Okay. But they have always been playing in the majors. You got John Rahm. You got Bryson DeChambeau. He's 2 over through 7 holes. There are a couple of them. Tyrrell Hatton is playing in this one. He's 3 over. They just have stopped. Remember, Bryson won a major early, but then they've kind of stopped most of the guys playing well in these majors. And a lot of people will say, well, they're just not getting the same kind of competition they used to on the PGA Tour. They're not playing as much. The tournaments, the team thing. It's
they wear shorts.
Their courses aren't as tough as the PGA Tour courses, and that's hurt them. And now, of course, the funding for Live is going away after this season. The Saudi-backed funding that was making these giant purses and paying all these players so much, it's going away. They say they're going to try to find investors, but they're not going to find anyone who's going to replace the unlimited funds that Saudi Arabia was providing.
Not unlimited, though.
if it does stick around, it looks very different.
It's a little dire.
And the only reason a player like John Rahm would remain is because he wants to get paid that $300 million guaranteed. So he doesn't want to really walk away from that. But if they can't pay him, then he'd instantly be gone. and they'd look for pathways back to the PGA Tour to get some of the stars back. So
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, going to be interesting, but get the second major of the year is underway. All right, before we do anything else, Throwback Thursday, and Paulie always likes to go back to our archives on Thursday to find fun moments from this week in Ben and Wood's history.
Yeah, we go back 4 years ago this time. It was 4 years ago on Tuesday that our dear friend Brian O'Grady, him and his wife Delaney, they welcomed their baby girl, Mila, to the world, and we wanted to give them a shout out. If I remember correctly, 4 years ago, we were coming back, and I don't know, we were probably 30 seconds away from being back from commercial break. And Woodsy goes, Paulie, I got an idea. I want to read something. Find me some bagpipes or something.
Yeah.
I go, okay. And we listened to about 5 seconds of something. I just typed in bagpipes, and this is what came up.
And just to go all the way back, when Brian O'Grady was first signed, Woodsy made a joke about how he was Irish.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of the O'Grady.
Yeah, he's from Philly.
He's from Philly.
Yeah.
Does not have the Irish accent.
Right.
But he then joined us. This was during the pandemic. We were in the Corona Cave.
Yep.
And he joined us, and he played along. He was fantastic. So he immediately became one of our favorites.
And we've stayed friends with him for the whole time.
Yeah, he was the 26th man on the roster when he was with the Padres, but he was a great guy, and we just enjoyed talking to him.
I was DMing with him, in fact, yesterday, which is wild.
Crazy.
Crazy. And he's playing in Mexico now, and he had posted, a picture of him in his uniform. And I said, do you guys ever play in TJ? And he wrote, I know they're in TJ this weekend. I'm at home until Monday, so I'll miss it. If we go back later in the season, I'll let you know for sure.
Nice.
And I said, bro, you got to let us know. I've been wanting to go to a Toros game for a long time, and to go down and watch BOG, Rip would be a blast because he's like the best guy ever. Such a good dude.
Sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah, sounds really good.
We are halfway home on a Thursday here on Ben and Woods this morning, and wanted to take this opportunity to welcome to the world.
Let's go.
Little Mila O'Grady, who has made it. Oh, what in the world is this?
Paul didn't listen all the way through, apparently, to this
is this
poignant Irish song.
Is that? Can you redo and find a nice, sweet Irish blessing song?
What is the name of this band that you picked for us here?
What was that song? That was freaking.
It was
Wake Me Up.
Yeah, by Avicii. He picked a band called the Red Hot Chili Pipers for our tribute. Just find an old Irish. God, genius! We blew this whole thing.
They're a bagpipe band called the Red Hot Chili Pipers.
Hold on.
It's genius. Sorry, I'm good now. This is not my. This is the Brian O'Grady segment. This is not my segment. Go, please. I'm good. No, I'm good. So talk. So I will be okay if you talk.
Welcome to the world, Mila O'Grady. You got great parents there, and I'll read you a little Irish blessing to bring it in for you. A newborn babe. And this is where I need some music, Paul. Give me some of that Red Hot Chili Pipers again.
Just play it slowly.
Red Hot Chili Pipers?
Yeah, give me some Red Hot Chili Pipers for the Irish blessing. Because what says Ireland more than the Red Hot Chili Pipers?
Bagpipes more Scottish than
I don't know.
You guys are great.
A newborn babe brings light to the house, warmth to the heart.
Does it?
Hearth. And joy to the soul. For wealth is family, and family is wealth. Everybody dance now.
There's no more joy to the soul that I can get than from the Red Hot Chili Pipers.
Everybody dance now.
They're not bad.
They're not bad at all.
They're not bad.
I want to hear the whole catalog.
Congratulations to the O'Grady's. It's a perfect announcement. Probably just like you dreamed it up. If you could pick the announcement you get for your little daughter. Oh my God.
This is Journey from the Red Hot Chili
Yes,
Peppers.
still touring, by the way.
May strong arms hold you. Caring hearts tend you, and may love await you at every step.
Yep.
Young Mila.
Perfect. It's absolute.
Wow.
Perfect.
And what year was that again, Paulie?
22.
So
22.
Mila now four
Just
years
turned
old.
4.
Yeah, just turned 4.
Wow.
Incredible, man.
They have another one now. Don't
Yeah,
they?
they got a
Or do
little
have
boy
2
now.
more?
They have a little boy now.
Little boy.
Yeah. Incredible. One of my favorite moments. For sure.
All right, we're going to check traffic. Paulie says he's got a couple of early Reindl, since we have the short show today. We're going to get a couple of early Reindl Report headlines from Paulie coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Brake lights through Escondido, southbound on the 15 from El Norte Parkway to Villa Rancho Parkway. The HOV lanes are blocked by a 2-car crash here.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
SD Livin says Red Hot Chili Peppers underrated. I'm crying on the way to work. That's the goal. That's the goal every single day.
That is the goal.
To make you cry every day.
100%.
Yep.
All right, we will get going here. Just a couple of stories. Saw this one this morning. It was sent to me a couple of times. You know the phrase Jesse and Mud. I always hear them say it on broadcast, TV, and radio. You know, you come to the ballpark, you might see something that you have never seen. Baseball in particular just has a weird way of doing that.
Yeah.
And I have never seen this one before. This was a minor league baseball game. I believe it was in Montgomery, Alabama. It's the Shuckers.
Of course it is.
The Montgomery Biscuits were taking on the Biloxi Shuckers.
Okay. Biscuits against the Shuckers.
Yes. And it's minor league baseball. Point remains, it's a little visual, so we're going to try to set the scene for you.
Walk you through it.
We'll walk you through it. I'll put it up here on the YouTube stream. But basically, it's a 9-2 ball game in the 7th inning, and there is a ground ball routine hit down the right field line.
It's a hit. It's a knock.
It's a knock.
It's a knock down the line.
But it's a ground ball.
Yeah, it's on the ground.
essentially.
Just kind of skipping
There's
along.
nothing weird about it. And
There's a hard hit ball down the first base line. O'Byrne racing around first. Over to cut it off, Keith on a slide, and O'Byrne will dig into second base. Now headed for third as Keith is hurt, and O'Byrne will race around.
Okay. So what happened if you're not watching?
The right fielder.
The right fielder slips on the baseball, like was running to cut it off and mistimed his step, slipped on the ball like a banana peel and goes, feet in the air, and he lands down hard, and you can see him. He's grabbing his hip, and he is in pain. And what happened was he actually landed on the baseball and lodged the baseball into the outfield grass. So he's in pain. I mean, baseball, that's a solid object.
Yes.
And he landed so hard in this minor league outfield grass that it lodged the ball. The umpire goes out. Everyone is huddled around the baseball. They cannot pull it out. They cannot pry the baseball out with their hands.
It is wedged in the grass.
It is wedged in there.
So solidly. Like the umpire is now digging in there.
Can't get it.
Players are digging with their feet, like trying to get this ball out of the ground.
The call ended up being it's a live baseball, and it was not a ground rule double. This ended up being an inside the park home run because it was self-inflicted, I guess, or however you say it.
If they hit a ball out to you and you bicycle kick it over the fence or off the wall, that guy's going to keep running. It's not a ground rule double. And he lodged
get it
the
out.
ball.
It is absolutely coated in mud. So, yeah, it was an inside the park home run.
Yeah.
I think
I've
the guy was
never seen
okay. That can't have felt good to land
No.
that hard on a baseball that you're driving it like 8 inches into the ground, underneath the ground.
It's called an into the ground roll double.
Into the ground roll double.
Now, in golf, that's an embedded ball. That's a free drop.
Free drop.
Yeah, if your ball ends up under the ground like that, plugged, you get to clean it off and just take a free drop.
Yep.
When it's embedded into the ground. But they don't have that embedded ball rule in baseball.
Does it have to be a certain level of embedded?
No, if it's anything below the surface, even a little
okay.
bit, if it's in its own pitch mark under the ground, you get a free drop.
I mean, to land on that
baseball,
so
if it gets
hard,
wedged like under the fence or something, and it's hit that way,
ground rule double.
that would be a ground rule double. But because he did it himself and landed on it and buried it under the ground,
so covered, it's so dirty. Pull it up.
It was crazy.
That's crazy, man. And he's
that
like,
had to hurt.
Yeah,
so bad.
Yeah, he's grabbing his hip, like, oh my god, he stayed in the game. But yeah, it was
I can't even imagine how much pain that.
It was a home run.
must have been
Not one you will see every day.
No,
crazy,
absolutely brilliant.
All right, finally, we will wrap it up here. Got a story from Business Insider that a new Lending Tree report says the average cost of raising a child in the United States is now over $300,000 over the course of 18 years. Daycare.
That's only if they don't play youth sports.
Right.
100%.
It says here, daycare continues to be the biggest expense across the country. As far as individually, like where the most expensive and least expensive places, not really a surprise. Hawaii ranked as the most expensive place to raise a child.
Makes sense.
Says families spend more than $40,000 a year on their child in Hawaii.
Okay.
Maryland was number 2. Massachusetts was number 3. On the other end, it was Mississippi, Alabama, South Dakota. It says here that parents now spend nearly 22% of their entire income on child-related costs, but $300,000 over
low.
18 years.
It's way low. It's not even close. We have that in bats alone for 2 kids.
And sometimes it feels like closer to 100%. Just goes to the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, if
That's
you
way
count
low.
if you count housing them and feeding them and everything, I mean, what else are you spending on?
Yeah.
Well, just kids are expensive.
You'd think that they would be more grateful. You really would. You'd think that they would be more grateful.
Paul, you have chosen not to have children.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll admit, I mean, sometimes I feel jealous. Sometimes I feel sorry. Like you never know which way to feel.
I feel like you're about to get real heavy here.
Like, no, but I mean, it is that one thing. Like, I would never give up my kids for anything.
Right.
They're amazing. But, my friends who don't have kids and have more time and money and things like that,
more money.
You sometimes feel jealous of them and you go,
Dinks.
wow, that might be nice.
Double income, no kids.
Yep.
Double income,
no kids.
No kids.
That's right.
Dinks.
Dinks.
It's not bad.
You think they'd be more appreciative and kind. $300K, huh? It's so light.
We will come back. We've got
By the time they're 18, though, you could probably get at least $500,000 out of them.
Real or fake,
I'm gonna
Eno
try.
Sarris and I have been asked to branch out a little bit at my other job. I will explain why next year on 97.3 The Fan.
right, so more than halfway home here on Ben and Woods this morning on a Thursday. Got an early Padres game coming up. Sammy Levitt's going to be in studio hanging out with us here in a little bit. We'll have Eno Sarris on at 8:35 as well. But great to be here with you and celebrating one of the most exciting Padres wins of the season in a long list of Padres wins that were exciting this year. Just an incredible down to their last out 3-run home run from Gavin Sheets. Mason Miller comes in, slams the door. Just the most beautiful, beautiful victory.
Some good quotes from Gavin Sheets in Kevin Acey's newsletter, talking about how, he thought, hey, if these guys get on, I want that moment now.
I love it.
He said, I didn't always feel that way in my career. There was times when I said I didn't feel good. I didn't want the moment.
Bro, my whole life, I'm like, please hit into a double play. Please. Oh, gosh, man. Oh, God, I totally would have come through there. Yeah, it's a different breed. I think the guys that want that.
I think it must be such a great feeling knowing you've already come through a couple of times with big ninth inning home runs that you're almost playing with house money.
100%.
Like if I don't come through here, no one's going to remember because I've already done it so many times. I'm so far in the positive column.
So cool.
And then you can go up and feel like loose and like, let's just go up and do this again and just add to the ledger. And he did it. He did it again.
Wanting the moment. Wanting the opportunity is just something I've never, at least in sports, I've never been good enough at any sport, to be like, oh no, I want that chip to win it or that putt to win it. I'm like, God, no. Hit into a double play so that I don't have to be the last out. 100%. And that's what sets schlubs like me apart from guys that are like, I want the ball with the last second. You know what I mean? Like, give me the ball with the last second. I want to take that shot. I'm like, give me the ball so I can pass it to Ben to take the shot and miss it. That's what I want. That's how I've always been. And it's, I don't know if it's a character flaw. It's just how I was wired.
I've played in golf tournaments where you're like with a partner and one of you has to be like in a chip off or something. I always hope it's not me.
Yeah, don't ask me to do it.
I always hope it's not me. I just don't want that feeling. I don't have that clutch gene in me. But
I'm so unclutch.
Professional athletes tend to be built a little different.
You were telling that story. I just had a nightmare trauma flashback to high school.
I love the nightmare trauma flashback.
It's
your fault, Paulie.
It was my first year on varsity. And so I'd been around for like a few games and I knew enough of the players where I was comfortable like being part of the team.
Right.
It wasn't just like my first game and I'm just trying not to piss anybody off. But we were playing a game and we were getting dominated by this guy, big guy down low. And I was one of the bigger guys on the team, but I was still very new to varsity. And our bigs were just getting bullied by this guy. He wasn't very tall, probably 3 or 4 inches shorter than me, but he was like Pacific Islander, just a big, strong dude.
Yep.
And finally, I was just getting so frustrated sitting, watching this guy dominate our bigs. I went up to our coach and I just said, Coach, like I got 5 fouls to use at the very least. Like I'm the biggest guy you got on the bench. Let me get in there and let me like use some of my fouls, like throw this guy around a little bit.
Push him around.
And he's like, not a bad call. Get in there. This guy manhandled me, spun around, made me look like an idiot. I walked back with my tail between my legs back to the bench. And I was like, I am not cut out for this. I don't think
I'm not built for this.
Nope. I was like, that was so out of character for me to be that confident and be like, no, I can do this. I can make this stop. I can fix this. Coach, what are you doing? Put me in.
Yeah. No, it's
never again.
It reminds me of that tweet. The haters said I couldn't do it, and honestly, they were right. Great call by the haters. Yeah, 100%. It's so true. Speaking of tweets, I'll get sucked in from time to time on funny internet, things that are going on, and the latest one that's getting me is the Ed Harris. Have you guys seen this? I sent you a couple last night. Ed Harris from the Truman Show.
Yeah.
And
the director of Jim Carrey's life.
The director of Jim Carrey's life. And it has led me to believe that maybe I am being controlled by somebody somewhere because all of the ones that I'm seeing that make me laugh incessantly is because it always happens to me.
Ed Harris has it out for you.
He says, the staff meeting is about to end. Have some S-head ask a question that prolongs it for another 30 minutes.
He's whispering into his microphone.
Whispering into the microphone. The next one was, he's picking the grocery store lane with the shortest line. Have the lady in front of him take 25 minutes. 25 minutes. I said to you guys, Paulie goes, it really is. It really is. You're like, that meme or it's laying me out. It's everyone I see, it makes me laugh. Every single one. I put one up from Ben and Woods, and it was Ed Harris doing the pull off a blockbuster trade for several superstars and announce it at 10:01 a.m. And I'm like, that sums up Ben and Woods in a nutshell. But I like the funny, positive internet memes, and that one is getting me. It's moving me. Right
it does. Now. You sometimes wonder whether you're just the star of the story.
Correct.
And everyone else
people
is
are watching
supporting character in
or
your life.
They're just watching oh, hey, watch this. Let's get him into a taco shop. Get the lady in front of him to get 47 different salsas, 47 little containers, and just watch his body language.
And you look around, where's the camera?
Where's the camera?
Where's
Somebody,
the camera?
It happens to you like twice a day.
Every day.
And
Single day of my life.
I'm sure it'll happen next month in Chicago.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll happen again in January when we go to Arizona. Like anytime I travel outside with you, like I'm in your car or I go to the store with you, it could be the extravaganza. We go to Target or something to grab some supplies.
We almost got in a fight with a guy in a wheelchair one year. I mean, like the guy tried to fight me. I'm like, buddy, what is your problem? What's your problem? And that's one that I was looking around going, where's Ashton Kutcher? Is he pranking me here?
You're in the Frozen section, and this guy just like lost his mind
at me. I'm like, do I just have the most punchable face? The other day, I'm driving. Now they've installed some roundabouts. The European mind is much better at handling the roundabout than the American mind is at this point. People are really struggling with the roundabout. They are.
I feel like the roundabout is not that bad.
I think there's
only one rule to the roundabout. Don't crash.
Don't crash.
If you don't crash, you have successfully navigated the roundabout.
So
otherwise, go. See if you can go.
So I'm driving and I'm going straight to pick up the kids from school.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy is coming out of this way, but he's going 70 around this thing. He doesn't yield. I yield. Then he gives me the and I snap. I get up right behind it. The windows are down, and we're going 30, right? Because we came out of the roundabout, and he slowed down, and I did too. Both of our windows are down because I could see his fat arm sticking out of the with his tribal tattoo sticking out of the window in his Mustang. And I go, "You good, buddy? Are you good? You good? Relax." Like I was furious. I pulled up next to him. I go, "Are you okay? Like, what is your deal, dude?" And my wife was like, "Yeah, I think people just." I said, "Do I have a punchable face?" And she goes, "Yeah, you do. They just get mad at you." And I go, "Yeah, all right, I'll give you that." He was going 70 around the roundabout. He yelled at me. Like, if you want to do that, I'll go, "Whoa, crap, dude."
Now, these are the simple, one way roundabout, one cross. That's it.
Just boom.
I remember going to London with the Chargers. We rented a car in 2008.
Dude, forget it.
And, so
wrong side of the car, wrong side.
Jeff LaValle, my photographer, is driving the car. So he's on the left, he's on the right side, shifting with the left, and we're driving on the left side, and we're on like the interstate, and there's like 3 or 4 lanes, and all of a sudden there's a roundabout. And there's like 9 different exits, and cars are going like 50 around in a circle in like 4 different lanes trying to merge around. And I'm going, we're going to die. There is no possible way to navigate this roundabout with this many cars going this fast. There's no way. I think we rounded like 5 times before we finally figured out.
Just like European vacation. There it is, kids. Benny, when I went to London for my honeymoon, my wife and I almost got killed 85 times, and we did not rent a car. It was walking into the street, not looking the right direction. And I'm like, like pulling her back by the nape of her sweater, like, get back. I mean, it must have happened to us a dozen times. I'm like, one day I'll get the hang of this, to be sure. But oh my gosh, man, I do. I feel like the camera is on me sometimes, and I need to remember to control myself.
Well, it's hard to learn new tricks when you're our age.
Yeah, it is.
Like roundabouts, and that's what I am being asked to possibly do at work. My boss came up to me yesterday and said, "We got a date in June. I was wondering if you could anchor. We have a bunch of people who want to go to the local Emmy Awards, and I don't want to not give them the night off." And I said, well, it's fine. I don't mind working. But she said, but there's a catch. If you do this, you're also going to have to do the weather. And I go, oh, so we'll show you how, and we can kind of set it up for you a little bit. But it's possible coming up in the next few weeks that I may be, for the first time ever, one of San Diego's weathercasters.
Yes, thank you.
So I wanted to get you ready for the possibility.
What are you going to wear?
Ben's weather
You
segment.
got to wear something sexy for the weather.
Yeah. Heels.
Green screen,
here,
graphics, doing the whole. I feel like Paulie's going to have a field day with this.
I think the entire Tier 1 audience. I mean, their ratings are going to go through the roof. Your ratings are going to go
So
through the roof.
if it does happen, and I don't think it's confirmed yet. But
How
I will
much
let
of
you
a
know.
donation would I need to make to KGTV or Channel 10 to just be able to like stand in the studio
To
when
watch,
this is happening? I
yes.
just want to film
I wanna
you in front of the
see it.
green screen.
Richard says Ben's explaining the weather is going to rule. So what happens is the pressure builds up, and then Benny, it's so funny because that's like the one thing in a newsroom that I don't want to do any of it, but that's like the number one thing I wouldn't want to do is the weather, and I don't necessarily know why.
Your late father-in-law was unbelievably
he was
good at it.
incredible.
I mean, the best that maybe I've ever seen doing the weather.
And I think he would have rather been on the anchor desk.
And he was at the at the end of his career was
Yeah.
also a great anchor, but he was so good doing the weather. Yeah. Calm, collected.
Well, you learn then from the best, right? So if you can channel a little bit of Lauren,
I
then
would
you
like
could
to do that.
Yeah.
So I will let you know if that happens, and
All
I
right,
end up
but
in the weather wall.
It begs barometer, Ben. It begs the question, though. Here's what's bothering me, and I think Paulie's eyes lit up too. Why aren't you going to be at the Emmy Awards?
I didn't submit anything for the Emmys as usual. I've never submitted anything for the Emmys. I had this discussion at work the other day. I said, why don't you ever submit anything?
Because you're cheap.
That's part of it. It's a fee to submit. And then if you win, you have to buy the trophy. Those things aren't cheap either.
But then you have an Emmy.
One. Just get one.
Get one.
I just never know. Like, what would I submit? It's hard for me to evaluate my own work. Like,
the one of you getting your butt kicked by the martial artist
or
girl.
The trampoline one.
The trampoline. That was Emmy.
I don't think
award
that's
winning.
what the Emmy. I don't want to lose an Emmy award. I don't want to pay to lose either. So I don't even know if that's something that they would like appreciate.
So your whole crew is like, all right, we're going to the Emmys, and you're like, all right, I'll be here
working. Yeah,
crazy.
That's the plan.
That in and of itself should win you an Emmy.
Maybe
you know what I mean.
That night,
It looks like it's $125.
Yeah,
that's it
for an Emmy to like submit.
Submission. Oh.
Benny, we would have paid for that
100%. Put
if you put a story together that you think is Emmy
worthy. Next year,
we will pay for your submission.
I want to be there.
I will try to think of something this year that I feel like is Emmy worthy.
Because I want it in here. We would keep it in here.
Bring it in here.
So sick.
It's
Put it right behind you.
It's mine. I could do whatever I want with it.
It's a huge flaw for me. It's total jealousy. But like my wife has heard me rant probably 10 different times about how in television they have local, like an Emmy award is the goal.
Yeah,
in radio, it's the Marconi.
Yeah,
I understand there's national and there's regional. I understand it.
Local, regional Emmys.
I understand that. But it doesn't matter if it's national or regional because you can still put Emmy award-winning storyteller in your social media bio. 5-time
local Marconis,
right?
As well, yeah.
And it makes me so mad that our medium,
we have the UT best of. Paulie.
Our medium only has the national, the Marconis, which are damn near impossible to win.
It's literally
and
impossible.
yet it seems like most people in local television all have multiple Emmys. Except for Ben Higgins, because he's been too cheap to submit for one.
Being in the business for 20 years and watching everybody else get their Emmys would make me sick. I'd be like, I have to get one.
If radio worked the same way and they had local Marconi awards, and that's all it took is $125 to submit
I'd go
material.
broke submitting till I won one.
We would be swimming in Marconi.
I see other reporters in town who will submit 7 things a year. And yeah, they probably have a truckload of Emmys at home. But how does that change their life?
I don't know. It makes you feel better.
I don't know. I just don't think I'll care.
Do you hate
more junk around the house?
Why do you hate praise?
Just more clutter around the house. Oh, yeah, these are my Emmys.
100%. Oh, I'm here with my Emmys.
You kidding me? Like, Like we have
All
to be
right.
the best in the country in radio,
The
and
best in the
you just
country.
have to like have a good story in local television.
That's it. Yeah.
think
I mean, there's like a million categories too.
Right.
There's like long story, short story, breaking news story, sport. I mean, there's all kinds of.
Marconi radio
Any
is just
categories.
like best sports radio in the country. One guy, one
That's it.
show.
Yeah. Matt says Ben does not have a praise kink, it would seem. He has many other kinks, but to be
Right.
praised is not one of them. Do you like to be degraded? Maybe, perhaps. I can't believe you can be there by yourself doing what? News, sports, and weather?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
Do the whole the holy triumvirate
Channel
of
Ben.
local news.
Channel Ben.
It's Ben News.
Ben
You're
News.
welcome.
ABC
That one's
Ben
hey,
News.
Benny,
That's on the house.
That one's for free.
ABC Ben News.
The whole, that's kind of fun, dude, to do the whole shebang for each.
Yeah. Well, for that one evening, yeah, I would do
The whole like,
thing.
how many shifts?
It would probably be. It's a weekend, so it'd probably be.
You have to
3
film it too.
newscasts.
Like you
Yeah.
have to run behind the camera and then move to the
He's
right,
also the cameraman.
and then run back to the shot.
No, they're going to set up a special pedal like they did for the drummer in Def Leppard, where he can use his feet to move the cameras around while he's there. Oh my God. I can't wait for this. I hope it
So,
happens.
I don't
Better
know.
tell us.
I'll give you the details if we know what date it is.
Oh, please.
Going to be happening.
They're never going to see numbers like this on a weekend ever. Never once. This is going to be great. Now, yeah, here he's like, I'm Ben Higgins. Now to Ben Higgins for the weather.
And
Let's
now
go to
let's
Ben
go to
Higgins
the
for
sports.
sports. Thanks, Ben.
Oh,
No,
Ben's banter with
you have to
himself.
banter with yourself? Oh,
That I can do.
oh, this is going to be the best.
That I can do.
I'm thinking of hosting a Ben watching party at my home. I may let people into my home for this.
Hey, Park 101, you want to host another
oh
event?
my God, yes.
A watch party.
What local bar wants to have a watch party for this?
I'm 100% in,
I
by the
would
way.
be all in.
We're
for
all
this.
just huddled up at some bar or whatever, just watching the local news.
You should do wardrobe changes for each
Yeah.
shift, just
Yeah.
different.
Fast change wardrobe.
Nate says laughing at his own jokes. Oh my God, it will be so good. Hey there. Hey there, me. How are you? I'm great. How are you, me? I can't wait. I can't wait for this. This is epic. Are you honored that they ask you? Or
Yeah, of course. Means that they trust me.
Well, it also means that everybody else left.
Also true.
So good.
Did they invite you to the dinner?
Emmys? Why would I go? I'm not nominated.
Your station's nominated.
It's
I'm
true.
sure.
I could go support my colleagues, but no, I
That's
think I'm
overrated.
more supportive by letting them go working that night.
It's like, I'll just hold down the fort
I'll
here.
hold down the fort. You got enjoy your Emmys, your champagne, and your fancy dresses, and that's so good, dude. That's like the greatest thing I've heard in a long time. I
Our
think
Ben Higgins caught up with so-and-so earlier. Ben's like, thanks, Ben.
like Taylor Swift has like 42 wardrobe changes in the middle of her show. I mean, this is like you are really
Yeah, just wear like 4 different suits and you just peel a layer off in between commercial breaks.
it's gonna be. I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for this. This
All
is
right,
gonna be the best.
we need to move on. This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service. We also need a contestant for Real or Fake on a Throwback Thursday. If you want to play our game, try to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas. Call now, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Play our game, and then Eno Sarris all coming up with Ben Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Well, I should also mention that Ben will be down at Sedano Ford selling you the car or truck of your dreams. I have no doubt that he could do it. They make it pretty easy down there at Sedano Ford in La Mesa. Memorial Day savings are happening all month
Ben actually
long.
builds the cars, then he shows them off.
He will
washes
wash them for you and drive
and he
them around.
sells
Yep,
them.
100%. He does it all. There's no question. Yeah, Manny Sedano from Sedano Ford. They run a local veteran-owned dealership. It's built on grit and integrity. And this is not just a sale. It's a month-long tribute to the community, those who have sacrificed for it. Manny has always been a guy that gives back, and he's proving it by opening up Ford employee pricing to everyone from now until the end of the month. That's right. You pay what the employees pay. It's honest, transparent, patriotic. No games. I just want to put you, again, in the car truck of your dreams. So check this out. The 2026 Ford F-150, just $478 a month. What a deal. With only $1,000 down. Or the very versatile Ford Maverick XL for an unbelievable $369 a month. And don't wait for the crowds. Get down to La Mesa today. Support a veteran-owned business that stands for something. Drive home in a Ford that you'll be proud of. Do me a favor. Let them know that Woodsy sent you down there. They will take great care of you. That I promise. For more details, you can go to SedanoFord.com. Once again, SedanoFord.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
amenable, dependable human
Thanks.
I think I've ever met.
I don't need the praise, but I appreciate it.
You definitely don't get off on the praise. That's for sure. You won't pay for the praise.
No,
either.
I'm not paying for my amenable, dependable trophy for sure. If that's what you're getting at.
No. But just struck me how amenable you are.
Thank you. We got real or fake, but first we have a starting lineup out for the early game. Might as well get it to you as long as I've got it. Padres going up against lefty Kyle Harrison today, so a righty-heavy lineup, which includes no Jackson Merrill. So Xander Bogaerts will lead off and play shortstop. Fernando Tatis Jr. back at second base, batting second. Manny Machado will hit third at third base. Miguel Andujar, your designated hitter, cleaning up. Gavin Sheets will remain in the lineup at first base, hitting fifth. Ramon Laureano back in the starting lineup, batting sixth in left field. Nick Castellanos will play right and bat seventh. Freddie Fermin behind the plate, batting eighth. And Bryce Johnson, your center fielder, batting ninth with
Switch
Griffin
hitter.
Canning on the mound. Switch hitter.
Switch hitter, as we know.
7 righties, a switch, and 1 lefty in your lineup today.
Okay.
All right, let's play our game because we got Eno Sarris coming up. So let's get to it. It is time for Real or Fake.
Some are here for the compelling sports talk with Ben and Woods. You can go plow through another donut. It's time for Real or Fake on 97.3 The Fan. Tell the people what they'll win today.
Still trying to qualify for the grand prize, the $500 gift card to the Westgate Las Vegas. Do your own vacation with their $0 resort fees special going on right now at westgatelasvegas.com. And we got Charles ready to play a little Real or Fake. Good morning, Charles.
How are you guys doing?
Great, man.
I'm good. Real or Fake is brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got a sausage category today. Okay.
Did you hear that sigh?
I did hear that sign.
I
That
don't
was
think this
genius.
one's too hard. Well, Woods can help you too. Padres are in Milwaukee, so sausages are the topic for Real or Fake. I have a list of 7 foods that all sound like they could be sausages from around the world, but only some of them are. Your job is to separate the real sausages from the fakes that are food but not sausages. So, Charles, you ready to play?
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Round number 1. Chipolata. Sausage, real or fake? Chipolata.
Yeah, we're going to start off with a real one. That sounds real.
It is real. That's 1 right. All you need is 3 more, and you win it. All right.
Chipolata.
Chipolata.
Okay.
It's like a small chicken or turkey sausage.
All right.
All right, here we go. Round number 2. Mincemeat. Real or fake sausage? Mincemeat.
You know, I'm going to go real again.
Mincemeat is not. It is like raisins and nuts and things that go in like a pie that they make around Christmas time.
I've heard of mincemeat pie.
Yeah, it's actually not
Right,
meat at
that's
all.
what I
It's
thought.
not meat.
It's not meat at all. It's like nuts and dried fruits and stuff. So, all right. Let's go
Nuts
to round.
and sausages, baby.
Let's go to round number 3. Gooey duck. Gooey duck. Real or fake sausage?
I don't know. What do you think, Woods?
Gooey duck sounds real to me.
It sounds real to me, too. Real.
It is not.
No.
That's like a big clam. Big, giant clam.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, gooey duck. Yeah. It's not a sausage at all.
Wow.
Save it.
Lord,
can-
give me the strength.
You will see that on the menu. It's spelled geoduck, but it's pronounced gooey duck.
Gooey duck.
And it's like a big giant clam. All right, round number 4. Black pudding. Real or fake sausage? Black pudding.
Now let's go real again.
It is. It's an English blood sausage. So that is correct. You are halfway home. We've got 3 left. Let's go to round number 5. Saveloy. Real or fake sausage?
Say it again.
Saveloy.
Now, this is a wild guess, but let's go real again.
You are right on your wild
Man.
guess. Yeah, that means you're just 1 away from victory. Let's see if we can get it here. Round number 6. Chistora. Chistora. Real or fake sausage?
I'm going to say fake.
Oh, that one is real,
Damn it.
which means we go to round number 7 for
Here we
all
go.
the marbles.
Let's go.
Real or fake sausage? Boudin.
Oh.
Boudin, real or fake?
Boudin. Can I ask Woodsy one more time?
He's asking.
Real.
All right, I'll go with Woodsy. Come on, real.
Woods loves everything French. Boudin,
Treat
yes.
yourself a round of sausage.
Treat yourself to the grand prize drawing. Congratulations, Charles. You're
Attaboy.
in.
I liked him, man.
4
I'm
out
glad
of
he
7
won.
correct. All right, we got to take a timeout. When we come back, Smart Baseball with Eno Sarris coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
You know, when you go to 7 Mile and go eat at Sammy's, you can order a pizza.
Yeah.
And you can get sausage on that pizza. Yeah. 7 Mile has a little bit of everything, including sausages. If you want to treat yourself around a sausage.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
You can do so. And you can sit down at one of, the best card rooms you're going to see anywhere for sure.
That's exactly right. They got all the card games that you love to play. They got Texas Hold'em. They got Pi Gal Poker. They got Baccarat. And, of course, California-style blackjack. Best part, just 7 minutes from downtown. Great place to go with friends. Great place to go solo and just get away for a while. May move in, actually, if they'll have me.
If you're looking for plans this weekend, the brunch is voted best in the South County at Sammy's 7 Mile. Only available Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., but you can enjoy it on the patio that overlooks San Diego Bay. Great views of Coronado. The Silver Strand is beautiful out there, especially this time of year. Check it out today. It is 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Padres really have defied what, I don't know, the numbers would tell you about how they're playing this season.
I mean, I think I saw a expected record, and it's not this one.
No, it should be right about 500.
Yeah, about 500.
Based on the runs they've scored and allowed.
By the way, you know,
not the
not
worst
terrible.
thing.
No,
That's what we said with Major Garrett beginning of the season. Hey, stick around 500 through May to June.
See what happens.
And then maybe you add some stuff late in the season. Here they are, 8 games above 500. We have no idea how they're doing it. We will talk to Eno Sarris from The Athletic about it. A little smart baseball coming up right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Escondido, there's a crash on the 15 southbound at Villa Rancho Parkway. One of the HOV lanes is blocked and traffic is backed up from Deer Springs Road.
It's time for the super polished, yet to be named Smart Baseball Weekly segment with Eno Sarris, son of a bitch.
You know, we keep saying it's not sustainable. You can't keep falling behind. You can't keep relying on 3-run home runs in the 9th inning to bail you out. Yet, here we are again. Padres bailed out with a Gavin Sheets 3-run bomb with 2 outs in the 9th inning yesterday. And, you know, at this point, they've gotten through enough of the season where, yes, we don't expect it to keep going, but this is like a legitimate third of the season almost that they've managed to continue to do this.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And, you know, I don't think that offense has gotten going as much as it could yet.
Nope. Not even close. I mean, not even close, you know, and I think expected win-loss should be right around 500. You know, and you don't get the sense, too, like you'll see a team get on this really hot stretch. Like the Cubs were on a really hot stretch and the offense was firing. And then all of a sudden it just stopped. And they've lost, 4 or 5 in a row or something now. It's baseball's so random. And This team has not even come close to peaking yet at all, though. That's the funny part. This has just been a crazy, crazy confluence of events, guys coming through in the most clutch of situations. It's so random.
Yeah, Gavin Sheets, man, holy Sheets indeed.
Yeah,
I love the the chance before he inevitably does something great. It's like so anticipatory. It's great. So over at Fangraphs they have a stat called Clutch, where it is compare how you do in high leverage situations versus regular. And Gavin Sheets is predictably third in baseball right now. Dalton Varsho, who hit a walk-off grand slam last night, is second.
Wow.
Since we got an up-close look at it last night, let's talk about Jacob Misiorowski.
Oh, my God.
Stuff plus. Like, it's kind of crazy how hard he throws, how deep into the game. I mean, he went into the seventh still throwing 102, 103.
Yeah, 103 in the seventh.
Last night, and they talk about his extension and everything that makes him so unique. Do your Eno breakdown of Jacob Misiorowski for us.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much more than to say, like, he throws his slider 95 miles an hour. And, some people are like, well, that's a cutter. It does flatten out, but mostly because it's 95 miles an hour. It's
right.
Not – he throws it with a slider grip, and it has slider spin, but it's 95 miles an hour, so it just doesn't have as much time to drop. So I think he calls it a slider, throws it like a slider. I think it's a slider. It just happens to be 95 miles an hour. And then he throws a really power, change up too. It's a 93 mile an hour change up, 87 mile an hour curve. I mean, Kimbrel used to throw an 87 mile an hour curve at his peak, and that was like a power curve. So you want like a Craig Kimbrel for 5-6 innings, like a peak Craig Kimbrel, that's what it's like. It's closer stuff out there on the mound for 6 innings. And last night, just when you thought the velo was dropping down to like 99 and 100, he finished strong with 3 pitches over 101, I think 102. So just amazing velo. And I think that it even plays up because of that extension you mentioned. Like he's releasing it so close to you that it's not 102 far away. It's 102 in your face.
You're building a team, Eno Sarris. You want Skeens, you want Ohtani, you want Misiorowski.
The only thing I worry about is, when they tested, stress on the elbow from different pitches at Driveline, what they found was that the fastball was the biggest stress on the elbow. But there was an asterisk. The asterisk was that sliders were per mile per hour slightly more stressful.
Sure.
So theoretically, if you throw a 95, 96, 97 mile an hour slider, that's more stressful than a 97 mile an hour fastball.
Would he be better served? Would he be better served taking something off that? Because he threw that pitch to Merrill, and I was watching with my kids, and I go, "That was a 95 mile an hour slider." Everybody, good luck playing this game past high school. Right, is what I told like my son and 2 of his buddies, and I go, "That was a 95 mile an hour slider." And so you're saying the higher the velo is on the slider, the more stress it is on the elbow. Would he be better served taking something off?
You know who Misiorowski is a perfect comp for in terms of extension, mid-90s slider, body build, almost everything, is Jake DeGrom. And DeGrom's had his own injury history.
Oh yeah.
And on top of that, you throw in the fact that Misiorowski is a little bit taller and lankier and has a history of worse command. Which has sometimes been linked to injury as well, because you're not maybe repeating your mechanics as well, and so, it's just a long-winded way of saying I'm going to take Paul Skeens because, even though the stuff on Skeens has already started to erode a little bit, he has like 8 pitches.
Yeah.
He's doing innovative things like playing his splitter off of his changeup. That's like almost a Japanese thing. Not to pigeonhole it, but that's like a thing because they come over, more Japanese pitchers throw the splitter. And so he's throwing 2 changeups basically. He's throwing 7-8 pitches. He has command. And I think he spent a lot of time thinking about his mechanics, and he's just a hoss. I mean, if you just look at his quads, I mean, I think he's going to be more healthy. So I'm going to build on Skeens.
Talking to Eno Sarris from The Athletic, some smart baseball on a Thursday. And since we're on the topic, Eno, is there a double standard in pitching where, yes, it is incredibly valuable to make 30 starts a year and, throw deep into games. And you want that as a team. Like, you get a couple of those guys, solidifies your rotation, but guys get paid on their stuff. They get guaranteed contracts, 4 or 5 year guaranteed contracts because they can throw nasty stuff that people can't hit. And no one can project necessarily whether they're going to get injured. Then they get paid regardless. So pitchers aren't going to try to, I want to be that guy who really throws 93, but stays healthy and makes my start. So they're all going to try to find the extra velocity and the extra spin to get paid, but that puts them more at risk for injury.
Yeah. In fact, J.J. Cooper looked into this over at Baseball America, and what he found was higher stuff and higher velo actually ended up having higher career innings. Now, it's not maybe because of the reason, like, you're not like, oh, they pitch more and they're healthier more. They get more chances. They get more deals.
Yeah.
Think of how Kyle Gibson's career ended. I mean, Kyle Gibson was always good for 150 innings. He threw that 92, 93. And I think he was available for a contract, and, nobody was that interested. So, it is stuff that gets you more chances. It's stuff that gets you that last deal that the other guy doesn't get. There is still a place in the game for the innings eaters. I look at last year's top innings guys, and they're, I think of guys like, Jose Quintana and, I don't know, Merrill Kelly.
Patrick Corbin's still around, right?
Yeah, still
exactly. Yeah. So what they end up having to do, though, is take in the 1-year deals. And I think it's fair. I mean, you build your innings, and if you look at the best staffs, they do both things. They have the high stuff guy that they basically the playoff starters, and then they go and they spend 10 at 1 and 10, 1 and 12. I mean, this describes the Padres like a lot of other teams. They get a bunch of guys on 1-year deals that don't have that top end stuff that they're hoping will fill in some innings and help the team go 500 in their starts,
That's why Dylan C's got so much money, right? He's one of the few that is kind of both at the same time.
Pitching well, by the way.
Yeah, he's having a great year. Some of the work that he started with Niebla is in effect where he's throwing now the sinker. He's throwing the sinker, the change, and the curve more than a quarter of the time. So he's eating into those fastballs and sliders just to kind of take a little pressure off the fastball. And that's something he worked on with Niebla, but then also in Toronto, the changeup has taken another step forward.
All right, last one. We only got a few minutes left here. Eno Sarris from The Athletic joins us. More concerned about Manny, Toddy, or Merrill? I think I know his answer. I have it in mind.
I told you guys repeatedly, I'm not concerned about Merrill. I think it's a real small thing.
Yep.
And I continue to think that there's a small mechanical tweak that Tatis could make. I'm going to say Tatis, though, at this point.
I was wrong.
Manny is older, but Manny still has 74-mile-an-hour bat speed, so he hasn't dropped. Average is sort of 70 to 72. He hasn't dropped into average bat speed. I know that the strikeout rate is a little bit high right now, but he's become a little streakier in his old age.
Yep.
And I think he'll just hit a good streak. With Tatis, I'm just worried. Honestly, I'm worried like what kind of advice he's getting and like what is he working on? And like I looked up, people with Tatis's bat speed and who have the worst outcomes on the season. And if he gets to 600 plate appearances, the worst outcome is 20 homers. And that was Jordan Walker. And Jordan Walker, what did he do? He hit a bunch of ground balls and he hit the other way a bunch. So I'm starting to revise my projections down for Tatis to maybe, 18 to 20 homers on the year. I still think he'll bust out at some point, but I'm revising my projections down more for Tatis than for Manny because with every day he doesn't make that adjustment, you're just wondering, what's going on.
Crazy because I think a lot of Padres fans would scream for 20 home runs. Wait, he's going to hit 20? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
with Manny, I like what I hear from Eno.
I did too.
And I
Surprised
know,
me.
he always heats up and goes on these streaks in June where, has 3 weeks that are just unbelievable, and that kind of fixes his numbers. And if the bat speed is not down, then why am I worried about the guy who's the player that you should least worry about in baseball over the last few years? But I guess that's what we do, we worry about our ball players. Well, that's being a fan.
One thing I think he could do is be more aggressive, actually, because if you look at his swing rate in the zone, Manny, he hasn't been this low in 3, 6, 9, 10 years.
Wow.
So, it's
unlike him.
Yeah, he's trying to chase less, but that means you're also not swinging at some good pitches too.
Very unlike him.
Yeah.
But the chase rate has only changed like one percentage point, where the swinging at the zone has changed like 5, 6. So,
all right. Go back.
He's being too passive. One thing I'll just tell you is all batters swing less early in the season and swing more as the season goes on. So, it could just be the shape of a season.
Wow.
Appreciate it. Good stuff on a Thursday. We will chat with you again next week. Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Eno Sarris, all guests appear on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. And Bennett Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Should have in-season Sammy joining us as he gets ready for the Eco Water SoCal pregame show. Final half hour of Bennett Woods coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan. Final 35 minutes or so of Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Getting you ready for some early Padres baseball, or as our in-studio guest likes to say, Padres and pancakes. In fact, when you just say it for us, Sammy, we like to hear you say it.
Padres and pancakes.
Padres and pancakes this morning. What? No?
Does a 9:40 a.m. pregame, does that qualify?
I think so.
Okay.
How early does it have to be?
On a Thursday?
If it's in our time slot, that's mornings.
Yeah,
baby.
if it's in our time slot, it's breakfast.
All right.
That's
You
how
guys
we
make
look
the
at
rules.
I know you like to have people post what they're eating while they listen to your Eco Water SoCal pregame show.
We get a lot of stuff. You might get pancakes. You might also get people working on scooping up horse droppings.
Horse
Droppings
doo-doo.
isn't the right word.
Manure.
Manure. Yeah. Get some of that as well from time to time, all different kinds of ways. People doing construction.
Yep.
Work day. You want to see what people are doing, getting ready to enjoy Padres
Sunday
baseball.
morning early baseball, a little different. You probably get
That's
more,
a little different. It's
more breakfast buffet type
yeah.
items. Yeah, we're all
People
working
are
on
lounging.
Thursday for
Yes,
sure. so.
Exactly. By the way, I noticed no half-hour round table today.
No,
They're making
no.
you guys carry.
Could you imagine the half-hour round at 9 to 9:30 today? Are we going to push all the way through to the end here in this segment?
No, we've got another break.
Oh,
still.
okay. All right.
We
That's-
only
that's
get
a
half
long
as
one.
many wings for.
Yes, they bring in a half
like
order.
half orders of wings.
You guys
for us.
whack up 6 of these between you. I'm telling you, I'm like, this is the time I'd normally, I would be eating wings.
Right.
And so right now, my headspace is a little off because I've really grown to love those wings and depend on them every Thursday, Sammy.
Yeah, they're good.
And they're so good. And I
Yes,
don't
epic
get 'em.
wings. Yes, delicious.
You know, the series against the Milwaukee Brewers, I think is interesting because the Brewers don't hit home runs. Padres didn't hit home runs last year. We complained incessantly about it. They're doing a little bit better this year, but still in the bottom half of baseball in home runs. Brewers don't hit home runs at all, yet they still score runs. They're top 10 in runs scored. Is there a lesson for the Padres and Padres fans about what this team should or maybe shouldn't be doing?
I've seen that argument before, and it's like, what we talked about earlier in the week as far as the personnel that you have, right? Like, they also didn't spend $1 billion on guys to hit home runs, right? Like, they go out and get the little guys that are slappy, and they have a system that they use. That's why they're probably better equipped to bunt and do things of that nature. I don't ever need to see Manny Machado square around a bunt again. Once was enough for me.
Like ever.
I don't need to see Fernando Tatis Jr. ever square around a bunt again. Once was enough for me. Jackson Merrill, I don't need to see bunt. But if my team was Bryce Terang, Sal Frelick, lay him down, dude. Lay him down, beat him out, do what you have to do.
What does it matter if you're scoring runs?
But
What does it matter how you're scoring runs?
It's
It's not like the Padres don't have fast players.
But it's
They
because of
do.
the personnel. Like, your team, you don't pay $30 million a year for a guy to be like, let me get a guy over. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I don't think the problem is the way the Brewers are scoring
No.
runs versus the way the Padres are scoring runs. It's just scoring runs, period. I mean, if you look at, for example, the numbers of guys like Terang and Contreras, and Churio just came back. Yelich was hurt for a month. But if you look at a lot of the numbers of the key players in this Brewers lineup, on the whole, they're better than what the Padres are doing. So as far as their star players like Manny and Fernando and Merrill. So I don't think it's so much about the way the Brewers are scoring runs. I just think it's about, bottom line, scoring runs. I mean, they're just a more productive offensive team. Look, I think, think about 2024 for a second, the way the Padres scored a lot that year, where they had a top-tier offense in Major League Baseball. But if you remember, it wasn't all about the home runs. That was a team that was so good at the big innings, at the power of friendship innings, at passing the baton. Look, at the end of the day, to me, yes, you want to slug, and that would be great. And it's been proven out that teams that slug and hit home runs, especially in the postseason, do better. And those are the types of teams that go deep. But I think with where the Padres are right now, I wouldn't really care how they're doing it. Quite frankly, Woodsy, and I know you wouldn't want to hear it, but if they were sack bunting their way to 6-7 runs per game, who cares, right? I mean, right now you're just trying to get this offense going into a higher gear.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get it. What happens for me is the majority of the time when they do this, it doesn't work out in our favor, right? If it worked, okay, fine. But, there's a reason that bunting was down for many years. It's actually making a comeback because some certain teams like the Rays and the Brewers, they're constructed to play that type of baseball.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I think maybe that's the issue. What are the San Diego Padres constructed to do? Brewers have hit 27 home runs, dead last in baseball, but they're slugging way higher than the Padres, right? So they hit a lot of doubles, they hit a lot of triples, whatever. I think for me, the sickness that was the sacrifice bunt last year, the sickness, and again, it's all timing too.
Yeah.
In the first inning, Fernando Tatis Jr. gets a hit, the guy bunts him over, 1 out. Here's a freebie in the first inning, like. Bunting at Coors Field makes no sense ever for a guy in the top 4 of your lineup. We've done all of these things.
Yeah.
Pick your spots a little bit better, like the Brewers do, like the Rays do.
I know there's been a couple of examples of that, but I think you would agree that hasn't been. I think
not as prevalent this year
correct.
as last. Last year was insane.
I think last year you could really look at it and say,
"What are we doing?"
Hey, the way they're trying to play, this doesn't make a lot of sense. This year, it's just more so the personnel not doing what
correct and the execution.
They're here to do.
That's
yes.
right. That's right.
Got a little breaking news in baseball. Cal Raleigh headed to the injured list with a right oblique strain.
Yeah,
finally gets out of his slump of 0 for 38 and now on the IL, which means, of course, Padres will not be facing him this weekend.
Good point. Yep.
They head to Seattle after the game today for 3 games against the Mariners Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
No get right, gang, for Cal Raleigh. All right, I have to put him real quick. I have to put him on the IL, Ben, as I use my catcher. I have to put him on the IL, which is fine. Because he's been horrifically bad this season.
Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, not the only superstars.
There are a lot of
big
big
struggling
hitters
this season.
A lot of big hitters who have got off to really, really slow starts.
All right.
Kyle Schwarber got off to a slow start. Now he has 17 home runs, though. Some of them do eventually get going, and we've been waiting on the Padres superstars to get going. And I guess what surprises me, Sammy, is that I think I would understand it if the Padres were losing and they're all pressing, and that's the hardest way to get out of a slump.
Yeah.
But because they're winning, it feels like, okay, just relax and do what you do. And like, I would have thought both of them by now, knowing, hey, my team's doing all right. I'll just go up there and swing freely and be myself, that they would have broken out of it by now.
Yeah.
Because the other guys have
Because the other guys have
so
picked them up
much.
so well.
Like, there's no there's really like, not saying there's no pressure. You make that much money, man. You got to produce. Period. The end for really the top 3 guys in the order. You make that much money, and Jackson's a different level, but still double figure $1 million a year. Like, you have to produce. But the fact that they can rely on the Casties, the Ty Francis, the Gavin Sheets, the and Duhar, for a time Ramon Laureano, who's scuffling badly now. That's got to be a good freeing feeling, which I see what you're saying should make you be like, oh, cool. Like, I don't have to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. I can go up and let it rip. And they're not. They're just not right now.
I'm amazed on 2 fronts, and this is a credit to this team. And look, I'll tell you what, post game, it's getting tough to even explain what's going on because some of these wins are so unbelievable. But I'm amazed on 2 fronts with each passing day. I'm amazed on the front that they keep on doing this, that the record is what it is despite some of the offensive issues, which is a total credit to the team. I mean, it's important, as we always say, to bank wins this time of year, and this team has just figured it out, to their credit. And I'm also amazed that, with each passing day, like, sometimes you sit back and think about the Fernando thing, and it's like,
it's shocking.
It's crazy.
It's shocking.
So that's a good example, but like Manny, same thing. Merrill, you put in that category now too, where with each passing day, it's like, man, they still haven't really got it into gear yet. And look, until this gets really crazy, like we're heading towards, I don't know, the All-Star break, and these guys are not getting it going, I'm going to maintain that better days are ahead for these guys. Baseball history tells us that, right? That Manny's not going to hit under 200.
It's interesting with Manny, too, because I would say the Manny Machado of 3 years ago, 2 years ago even, would have said, well, I mean, look at this, look at the record. That's all that matters is right. He's like, no, I got to get it going. Like, I have to get it going. Well, I think it can't last forever.
Yeah, I mean, again, we talked about what baseball will tell us over the course of a season. it usually tells us that when you have this many offensive key pieces with these kinds of numbers, that over the course of 162, it's gonna come back down to earth. It hasn't yet, and Woodsy, Ben, maybe it won't. I don't know. I mean, it's been amazing what they've done, and it speaks to what the role players have done, to what Andujar and Sheets and France and Castellanos, and especially the last couple of wins on Sunday and yesterday. Incredible. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So, look, I think to me the hope is right now that the most important thing they've done the first quarter of the season, despite some of the numbers and the offensive struggles, is quite simply they're building an identity. And it sounds as cliche as cliche can be, but you're building an identity. Like, I've talked to Castellanos about it a couple of times, and he talked yesterday about the chemistry.
Was so good with him.
Really
well
done.
Freaking good.
We had a pregame conversation, I don't know, about a month ago, where he was talking to me about, if you're going to build that identity, that you have the belief to come back in any game, it's really important that it's early in the year, because once you get deeper into the season, that gets harder and harder to build if you don't have it. So I know it sounds cliche. The numbers are what they are, but maybe we're going to look back on this thing and say, you know what? The identity they built in the first quarter half of the season, that's who they were, despite whatever numbers they had, didn't have. Do I think ultimately over the course of 162, Manny, Tatis, and Merrill are going to have to get it going for this team to ultimately go where they want to go? Baseball would tell us it's got to be that way. But look, it's hard to explain. To their credit, they're sitting today in first place in the NL West.
Is Sammy the Casty whisperer? Because I feel like you are.
I love talking to him. I think he's great. I think he's fantastic. Here's what you have to be ready for with him. And it's with anybody, I think. And you've seen it on the biggest of stages, like in the postseason after he had that huge game. I think it was the NLCS.
That's rude.
I'm like, that was that was a whole nother thing. But you just have to be ready that he can drop like a 1 or 2 word answer on you, and you better be ready for what you're going to say next. And he doesn't mean anything.
No, I think he stares. He's like, yeah.
That's
right.
Like, if that's what he wants, that's what he's got. I mean, that's what he wants to say. That's what he wants to say.
He doesn't BS his way through a lot.
You need good questions, and you got to be ready that if you don't ask the question correctly, you may get a very quick answer, which is okay. He's allowed to do that.
It's not his job to fill time.
No, it's not.
A lot of people give an answer and they feel like, I got to fill some time here.
If you ask a bad question, you just get
you get a bad answer.
Yeah. Sometimes you ask a good question, you get a good answer, but it's short.
But I think if you with him ask good questions and they're framed the right way, I think you are 100% getting his actual thoughts and his real opinions and what's coming off the top of his head. And he's extremely eloquent and thoughtful. I think I love talking to him. You just got to be ready, though, for that he might drop like 2 words on you and then you can't get caught being like, okay, you got to be ready. Yes.
Let's get your real opinion on something that Woods and I talked about yesterday.
Croutons.
Croutons would be good. They're delicious.
Cheese burritos.
No, Ethan Salas. Freddie from Maine is yet to really get going. Luis Camposano is hurt. Don't think we've seen a Rodolfo Duran hit on the big league level yet.
Yesterday, bro.
I know it seems very early. He's just 19 years old, about to turn 20. He is raking at Double-A. Is there a chance we see Ethan Salas coming up here for the Padres? Would that be a good thing, potentially, for the Padres to promote Ethan Salas to the big leagues this summer, even if they need catching help?
Do I think there's a chance? Yeah, I do. I think AJ Preller has shown us there's always a chance with this stuff. I mean, think about how quickly they moved him up through the minors when he first joined the organization. He was 17 a couple of years ago. And at the time, people and evaluators were shocked that they were moving him up to high A, and then they had him at Double-A for the very end of the season. If there's one thing we know about AJ, and it's interesting, I feel like we haven't seen it mid-year a lot, like we saw it with Merrill, we saw it with Tatis that was coming out of spring training, but they are never shy to push these guys. Now, I think this would be a real interesting example because Salas is coming off injury. He's coming off what was a down year before that. And this is now kind of the first real stretch at Double-A where he's tearing the cover off the ball and he looks every bit of a top prospect in the game. I think you got to be careful still because he's only 19 years old. And I think this has all been a good reminder of how young he is. But based on how the Padres move these guys and the idea that come midsummer, if Freddie's not hitting, we'll see what happens with Campusano, that you could actually have a need at catcher. Never say never. But if it were me, I just continue to be very, very careful with Ethan Sarris, and you don't want to rush him too much. And also, to be honest, I don't want to make too much out of a 2-3 week stretch at AA.
Sure. And so there are a couple responses that the one reason I like it. Well, there's two. The one, you don't need, this isn't we need asses in the seats. We need some pub around the San Diego Padres. So we're going to bring up our now back to being top prospect, Ethan Sarris. So it's not for that reason, which the Giants fans are arguing. That's why you guys brought up Bryce Eldridge, because you needed asses in the seats to sell tickets. We don't have to do that here, right? So plenty of asses in the seats. Everybody's got Padres fever. Number two, by all accounts, he's been ready to handle a major league pitching staff for 2 years, right?
They've been saying that since he was 16.
So this isn't like an opinion, my opinion. This is like what they say. He's ready now.
I think you would have to, if you were going to do it this year, I think you would have to be prepared that he would struggle offensively when he gets opportunities.
But everybody else is struggling offensively when given opportunities.
My only other thing would be too is like, so if both Fermin and Campusano are healthy, what does that mean?
Right. That's exactly right.
I mean, I don't know.
Do you have the temerity to say, thanks, Freddie. Appreciate it, man. I know he traded couple of starting pitchers for you, but appreciate your time. I don't do that. Would take some tremendous stones to do.
If it's midsummer and I don't know,
hitting $150.
Yeah, but also if you're wheeling and dealing midsummer, and I don't know, you could throw somebody in a trade and bring up Sarris. I don't know. I'm intrigued by it.
I'm so intrigued.
I would just be careful, and I know they love to push these guys. I would just be careful for a 19-year-old that finally seems to be putting it all together.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that he's been through the S, so to speak.
Yeah,
he's already been
bouncing back.
I
think it's a good point.
So I don't know that it would crush him. Plenty of guys have come up to the big leagues and been sent down,
right,
and then come up to have Hall of Fame careers. It's happened to all of them.
Yeah.
It's not a guarantee that it crushes his spirit and his soul and he never gets back.
Well, I would think at any position, and based on what we know about him as a catcher,
that's the part. That's what intrigues me.
I wonder if the Padres would say to themselves, you know what? From a defensive standpoint, this kid is ready. Whatever the offense is right now, who knows? Maybe even into next year, it is what it is. We'll let him develop as a hitter, and we think he will develop as a hitter.
Yeah.
But the most important thing we care about right now is his defense, and he's ready to do it.
Yep.
And you know what? It might take him 2-3 years to kind of get it going offensively. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But yeah, the way they push these guys, I don't think it sounds crazy. But I would also totally understand if the front office looked at it and said, you know what?
We'll be careful. Yeah,
hey,
I understand it too.
Go have a great year at AA. We'll see you in spring training. You're 20. You know what? And when you get to spring training next year,
you got a shot.
Yeah. I mean, this could be your job coming out of spring training.
Yep.
Well, here's my plan. Tomorrow, we'll have the management report presented by SDCCU. It's not Big Bank Banking. It's better. Not sure who's joining us, but if it's someone appropriately leveled in the front office, I will ask them about Ethan Sarris and his potential to see the big leagues at some point this season. Sammy, we'll let you get your final prep in for the EcoWater SoCal pregame show. It is just 20 minutes away. Padres baseball this morning. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Great job,
great interview with Griffin Canning coming up.
Oh,
on the pregame.
excellent.
All right.
Yes.
The starting pitcher. He rarely speaks on the day of, I bet you recorded that earlier.
Calling into the cell phone right now, dude.
It's like, I got to go stretch, but yeah,
Sammy right now.
I'll make
for the
time for
pregame
you,
show.
Sam.
Yeah,
No, we did it the other day.
All right, we'll finish up. We can do our MLB Reacharound. Haven't done that yet for the rest of baseball in the final segment. Good way to get you ready for Sammy's pregame show. Coming up next with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room.
Sammy Levitt, Wood's got some good news during the break. You will not have a conflict on Saturday.
Oh, sweat.
With your Little League playoff game and our appearance.
Yes.
You were going to join us at the appearance either way.
Yeah, I was going to have to miss the game.
But you're not going to have to miss the game,
Looks
which is
like
great.
I'm in the clear.
Hopefully you'll be celebrating a win.
Yeah,
and then
no
we
doubt.
can celebrate a win watching baseball together at Park 101 in the Carlsbad Village, Saturday at 4 p.m. Food, baseball, and fun. Watching San Diego take on Seattle. Check out the amazing outdoor space, rooftop seating with TVs all over the place. And they're going to be serving Mexican candy shots and skinny margaritas made with Santo Tequila from our friends Sammy Hagar and Guy Fieri. We'll be giving away a Mason Miller autographed baseball tickets to see the hometown baseball team. Park 101, Carlsbad Village, this Saturday at 4 o'clock. We will see you there.
What's a skinny margarita?
It's a margarita with a little less sugar, so it doesn't have as many calories.
How do you make it?
It's usually with like a low-cal margarita mix, like a lemon lime.
Okay.
Not as much sugar in it. So,
All right.
yeah, a little tart, but
I've never had a.
I don't know what a Mexican candy shot is.
I don't know what that is
No
either.
idea.
Mexican candy shots are popular sweet and spicy cocktails that mimic the flavor of tamarind or watermelon Mexican candy. typically blending tequila, watermelon schnapps, and hot sauce. Served in tahine-rimmed glasses, they balance fruity sweetness with savory heat, making them a staple for parties and celebrations.
I think
Doesn't sound that bad.
I think I'll try one.
I will have one of those.
Purple says skinny margaritas, obviously with less sugar. Duh. I thought they mixed less lard in it. I like
serve it in a very tall, thin glass.
Yes, skinny, like a flute, a margarita flute
of margarita.
Because I like extra lard in my margaritas. I want them thick and tasty.
Yeah, I like chubby margaritas.
Yeah, chubby margaritas are my favorite. That's exactly right. I just call them margaritas.
All right, we got a couple minutes left before Sammy's pregame show. Let's get to today's MLB Reacharound.
They're doing the
Reacharound.
They're doing the
Reacharound.
Everybody's doing the
Reacharound. All right, we'll start in the NL West. Mentioned it earlier. Dodgers snapped their 4-game losing streak thanks to 7 shutout innings from Shohei Ohtani on the mound. Lowered his ERA to 0.82 as they beat the Giants 4-0. They will wrap up their 4-game series today. The Rangers and Diamondbacks played an interesting one. Both teams scored 3 runs in the 9th inning. The D-backs scored 3 to take a 5-3 lead, and then the Rangers answered with 3 to walk it off and win it
Turn off your
6-5. So Diamondbacks lose that series to the Texas Rangers in walk-off fashion. And the Colorado Rockies, Mickey Moniak, San Diego's own, single short of the cycle, double, triple, home run, 5 runs batted in. They beat the Pirates 10-4.
He's been so good.
He's been really good.
Dude.
Colorado has unlocked him.
It's crazy.
But whether it's him or Colorado, I don't know, but it's working out well for him.
I'm so happy for him, dude. That's awesome.
The Chicago Cubs, just 5 hits now in 2 games against the Braves.
Now that is some offensive futility.
Yeah, they lost 4-1 as the Braves took the first 2 in that series. The Mets got another win, walk-off in the 10th inning, a Carson Benj single, 3-2 win over the struggling Tigers in 10. Dalen Lyle, the rookie who came up at a 2-run homer in the 10th inning.
Nice.
His 3rd home run in 2 games. The Nationals beat the Reds 8-7 in 10 innings. Do you have any Dalen Lyle cards?
I can't even recall ever hearing his name before. Paulie, Dalen, you went on Dalen Lyle? I don't think I've ever heard it.
Doesn't sound familiar.
So, but he's come up and made an immediate impression for the Washington Nationals. Former Padres prospect Owen Casey hit his 3rd home run as the Marlins beat the Twins 9-5. The White Sox, I mentioned earlier, have climbed to 500 with their 4th straight win, beat the Kansas City Royals 6-5. Dalton Varsho, Eno said it, walk-off grand slam in the 10th inning. Blue Jays finally cooled off the Rays 5-3. Takes a grand slam in the 10th inning to beat the Rays nowadays. That's how hard they are to beat. Sonny Gray went 6 innings, allowed just a run. Red Sox over the Phillies 3-1. Guardians completed the sweep of the Angels with a 4-2 win in Cleveland. Max Fried was hurt, left the game with, posterior elbow soreness.
That's a big one.
And then the Yankees ended up just getting 1 hit as they were shut out by the Baltimore Orioles 7-0. The Astros got a game-winning single from Zach Cole in the bottom of the 10th to beat the Mariners 4-3. Again, Padres heading to Seattle after the game today, but no Cal Raleigh has been placed on the injured list by Seattle today. And Nick Kurtz hit a grand slam for the A's, who beat the Cardinals 6-2. We will see the A's
First
on the
place
Padres
A's,
next
by the way,
stand at Petco Park. Yeah,
22-20 with a negative 4-run differential. Your Sacramento or Las Vegas, whatever you want to call it, they just call them Athletics on MLB.com.
Yeah, we will see them next week after the Dodgers visit Petco Park as well. And there's your MLB Reacharound for a Thursday morning.
Never disappoints.
Let's see. This broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We'll have a full 4 hours tomorrow on a Friday. Mention the management report. No word yet on who the guest is going to be. Should have Darren Smith joining us on the heels of the 5-0 win by SDFC over Austin, and then getting ready for another home game on Saturday against FC Cincinnati coming into Snapdragon Stadium. So we'll talk some baseball and some soccer with D. Smith tomorrow morning to wrap up our week.
Yeah, buddy. Let's see. You already gave the lineup. Yes.
I did. If you want to review it,
I'll
you may go do so again.
Bogarts at short, Toddy at second again, Machado at third, Miguel Andujar, the designated hitter, Gavin Sheets riding the hot hand there, playing first base, Laureano in left, Casti in right, and Frederick Fermin behind the dish, and Beej getting a start out in center field, giving Jackson Merrill a day off.
And it'll be Churio, Terang, Contreras, Sanchez, Vaughn, Rengifo, Mitchell, Frelick, Hamilton for the Brewers with Kyle Harrison on the mound.
Yeah, a lefty that has kind of found his home in Milwaukee after bouncing from the Giants to the Red Sox. Now in Milwaukee, pitching pretty well. Padres have been against left-handers, but they've also been against right-handers as well. So at some point, it'd be nice to see. All right. Anybody think Kyle Harrison is a good matchup for today to be the day?
Yes.
I had it too. I'm calling it.
Absolutely.
If not, Ben will get a Friars haircut live on the air tomorrow.
Yes. Great idea.
So Toddy has to hit a home run, or you get the Friar cut.
Doesn't seem like the odds are in my favor there. If he hits the home run, what do I get? Nothing. That's the thing. If you're putting high stakes on something,
that's like the highest stakes because you're on television
at night.
Want
a Friar haircut.
Maybe you could wear would they let you wear a fedora? It could be like your look.
A new weather look.
Be your new thing.
Fedora man.
Weatherman in a fedora.
Hey, good evening, everybody. All right, let's go, Pop. Let's win this series.
Sammy's pregame show is coming up next. We will talk to you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for executive producer Paul Reindl and Stephen Woods. I'm Ben Higgins. Enjoy the game from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.